Well, it starts. It's 9 o'clock. Is anybody in the chat? No, nobody's watching. I can say what I want. Finally. The big secret. I love Bayonetta. I think it's the best game ever. Rockstar's terrible developers. The same old thing. GTA. Red Dead's just a glorified GTA. Same old shite. Good timing. How you doing, Step J? You alright? What do you know? Yeah. Oi oi. Peds. But hell, you're all in here. True Gamer Clan. Clanning it up. Hope you're well, Peds. Or Tom, as your real name is. That's right. I have information on you. I know what you fucking are. I know the real you. Sup, Soul Brother on YouTube. How are you? Hope you're good. Pets is fine. Fine. Good. Oh yeah.
Terrible. So rude.
I don't hear the call.
I know, but that's why I thought ringing you.
Oh, welcome, Chinny.
Yeah, he's here now anyway, finally.
Hey, he's here.
Odd.
Well, you typed ringing you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I said I'll give him a visual cue, then he knows I'm ringing him.
Skype isn't very clear with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Skype shit.
The thing goes.
Put a pat.
How are you? How's the cough?
Bad. It was bad
Really?
last night. Really bad. I haven't really spoke that much today.
You need to get Tara to rub a bit of Vicks on your chest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I haven't. Yesterday I was talking a lot, and this is probably the most I've spoke right now. So I feel like it's gonna get worse as it goes on.
Sorry.
Well, you sound okay at the moment though.
Yeah, it's because I'm keeping my voice sort of.
Do you have a hot cuppa nearby?
Yeah.
No.
Cup of chai. Got a
No.
cup of chai, have you?
Soothe your throat, some honey in it, lemon.
Honey, now you're talking. Honey and lemon.
Tara hates honey. She thinks that
Well, she's not got to drink it.
it's the devil's. No, she wouldn't even have it in the house.
Oh
Why?
my god.
What's you think is going to happen?
I think it's the viscosity.
The viscosity. That's a good word, I have to say.
Adult should be able to, you should be able to say like, hey, I need to occasionally have some
Yeah.
honey for my throat.
Only some honey and lemon.
Well, I don't usually require honey. It's not a thing that I go, hey,
Well,
I need.
next time you go to a restaurant that has it on the tables, y'all have like
No.
restaurants packets.
Never had honey on a table.
Okay, well, come to the United States, eat at a restaurant that has little plastic containers of honey. Put one in your pocket and then stash it somewhere out of the way that Tara will never find it. And then when you need it, it'll be there. And it never goes bad, so it'll be fine forever.
Yeah. And anyway, right, I went to a very posh hotel this weekend for Kay's birthday. Took her away,
man, we gotta
treated
start
her.
the show.
Treated
Okay,
her.
well, here we go. Just kidding.
Yeah, treated her. Anyway, at breakfast, they had like a big bowl of honey with one of those fancy wooden dripper things in it.
Don't
It's
put
in-
that in your pocket.
You want to stick that in your pocket? That's what you want.
Definitely do not. That's a bad idea.
It would make a bit of a mess, but you'd get plenty of honey.
Well,
But
you get it in your pants.
just to keep on track, yeah. I was actually so bad last night. I threw up, which I very rare. I know, yeah, very rarely throw up. I'm not really someone who throws up very often. But I think it's not because I was sick. It's because I was coughing so much. When
You did a coughing hurling chunks.
Yeah,
is that
like,
what you're
I was
saying?
coughing so much that it was making me gag, and
Ooh.
I threw up. Yeah,
Wow.
very
That doesn't
rare.
happen.
It's lovely, that. Lovely story.
Yeah, I took a picture for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did it have like some of that really dark green phlegm in it?
No, this is like it was sick.
Let's start the motherfucking show.
Yeah, let's start the show with that.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that they play this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Who does the bell toll for?
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Is that a joke?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Hello and welcome to episode 423 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 423 coming at you from me. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic because I was coughing,
Oh,
and then I forgot I muted it.
he's already coughing. Look, as long as you don't vomit while you're podcasting, it should be
Well,
all fine.
If you want, I mean, we're not a judgmental group.
Depends what
Yeah,
games,
we won't see it, I don't suppose.
Depends
unless
what
we get the
games you start
webcam
talking about. To be honest.
on. Vomit.
Passing.
Yeah. Anything that you
Let
play.
people know we're going to be talking about video games in case you weren't aware.
Eventually we will.
Hopefully
But-
sooner rather than later. That's why people tune in, not
They
for
do.
vomit tales.
They do. But we've got to clear some stuff up. We've got to clear some
Uh-oh.
things up.
Clearing it up. Time to clear it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Because the beef has progressed.
Oh,
the
has
beef
it?
has progressed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, it has.
Shots fired!
Yeah.
I
yeah.
forgot that we
It def-
started a before.
I know, I'd forgotten that as well, but things have happened since.
Right.
It all started with a tweet from Greg.
Right.
No, it
Uh,
started with Ginny talking smack.
It's
and
probably
then-
started with me calling them all twats.
Yeah, and I talked a bit of smack. To be fair, we were both talking
I don't know,
smack
why did we
about it.
start a beef for?
Because there've been these two YouTubers who had a boxing fight, and I said, why don't
Oh,
we do
yeah.
something like
boxing
that?
match. We want to have
Yeah.
a boxing event that people pay money for.
True.
But Stu, you have to say that Greg clapped back. That's the way to say it and sound cool.
All right, Greg, clap back. Yeah, he
Yeah.
basically sent a tweet saying, "What ding ding, motherfuckers."
Right.
So, yeah,
Oh yeah,
and then
Greg for you.
Mark Anix chipped in and said, "Beef? You want beef? There's some beef. Bring it on." And he did a gif of lots of beef being sliced.
No. It's not on.
Ooh, it's on, all right.
It isn't
Yeah.
on. Nothing's on. It's off.
It's
and then Bongo obviously got in on the act because I did call him a leprechaun, so maybe not the best thing to do. Anyway, he says Mike at Chini985 has immunity in Amsterdam. Stu at Veteran Gamers UK, on the other hand, is going down.
Oh, is that what that was about?
Yeah. Hashtag Bongo Libre. And then my report, yeah, it's on. And then I listened to the podcast today.
Oh, yeah.
And Yeah, Bongo has got the solution to the beef. What's going to happen as a result of the beef?
Do
Oh,
I
yeah,
smell
what's
like
that?
beef?
He's going to smell like beef. He's basically going to get 2 blow-up sumo suits to take to Amsterdam with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like The Office.
And we're going to get it on. Apparently, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
So me and Bongo are getting it on. So there you go.
Okay.
And by the way, Greg says he's going to kick the shit out of you when you go to America or something.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, he didn't say that,
Nah,
but
he
he
won't.
probably would anyway. He probably would if I'm being honest.
Nah.
Yeah, but apparently I was blamed of sort of putting you in the firing line, but you were the one that called them all a bunch of twats, if I remember
Well,
right.
yeah, but I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for you.
Oh, how could I get blamed? You said it.
You were instigating, Stu. You were the one. You were the real troublemaker.
I guess.
Yeah.
But Chinny's the biggest person height-wise, not necessarily width-wise, but, he's the tallest person. So, he's the person you put forward, isn't he? The biggest person there. You know what I'm saying?
You're the boxing promoter. You can't just blame the boxer. He's just trying to get paid. Chinny's trying to maintain his rep, his honor.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
My rep is very high.
Woo! Yeah. So it's on. So we're going to fumble around in blow-up suits, apparently, if Bongo has his way. So it's all good.
Stream that live, please, and thank you.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get it on YouTube. We're going to have, proper, YouTube commentators, an 8,000 size crowd, just like those two.
Sorry, an 8,000 size crowd. Yeah, or you could just say a crowd of 8,000 people.
Whatever. You know what I mean. Stop being pedantic.
That's the cool way to talk now.
Yeah. Well, like fam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
So yeah, it's on anyway. So we'll see how this progresses, But we've got the beef going now. We just need to take it to the next level.
That's right.
Yeah. So you up for the sumo suits, Ginny? You up for that?
Yeah. It's my stag do, right? It's not like
What's that good?
like it's not about you, Stu.
Look, this is Bongo's suggestion. Nothing to do with me.
It's about me, right?
I do, but Bongo. Look,
Yeah,
it's
that's why
Bongo.
you
You want to blame someone?
Suit.
Yeah, blame Bongo. It's him who said.
Like, and everybody else on the stag do has no idea what about this. They're just gonna look at you and go, "Why are you doing?
What do you have this suit for?"
Why
Yeah,
did
it's
2
gonna be
random
funny.
guys on your stag do fight each other on your stag do?"
In sumo suits, it's all good.
And then I'll just say,
My favorite time.
That's Stu. I don't know. He's just that's what you get when you invite him.
That's
to
what I
stuff.
do.
That's why he's never been invited to a stag do before. He has no idea what he's doing.
Exactly. Nobody wants to see anyone fighting in a fat sumo suit. I don't even need a suit, to be fair. I'm fat enough.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
All right, who's got something?
That's it for me. I ain't got nothing.
I had a story, but I can't remember if I told it because it was ages
No, it
ago.
depends. Is it about wire coat hangers down the toilet?
No, it's about a
Isn't forgetting your food and not getting the right food and
Did
having
I
to go
tell you-
back?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Did I tell you about when I went to a it was like a pub grub place, nothing fancy. But it was a pub, and me and Tara had some lunch or some shite. I can't remember now. And
it doesn't sound familiar.
So far, the story is very general. It's hard for us to say whether we've heard
a
it or
guy had
not.
a tattoo. A guy had a tattoo, and I recognised it. Did I tell you this story?
No.
You told us that.
And I said, and I was like, I'm sure I know that tattoo.
Oh wait, you already told us that. I'm just kidding.
And I said, what's that tattoo? And he went, well, it's from a game. And I went, it's BioShock. And he looked amazed when I figured it out.
What did he have
The
tattooed?
tattoo is it's like a chain link on your wrist.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I went, and as soon as he said it was from a game, I was like, it's BioShock. And he went, nobody has ever got that.
Because he has it when he turns it over to put the plasmid in. He has it on his wrist, doesn't he?
That's right. And I don't like, I was saying this today. Well, not today. I was saying this week at work. I was saying like, people don't really expect me to be a nerd. People look at me and we got a new guy working for us, and he said, I didn't think you would be how you are. Right, when I first met you, I thought you would like football and drink and stuff. And Matt thought of that when he first met me. and I'm like a nerd in disguise.
You don't like any of that stuff, though.
So
do
no,
you?
but like people think I'm a bit leery. I suppose because I'm loud, all right, and yeah, and like so I feel like I'm like a chameleon nerd. You know, like people, no one knows.
I'm a bit. To be fair, I'm a little bit like that.
Fuck off.
Get away, man!
You
I don't
think
look like
you
a
are.
nerd.
You think
I don't
you
look
are.
like a nerd.
You don't look how you sound. I'll give you that. But you look like a nerd. But
I don't look like a nerd.
Yes, you
Bollocks off
do.
to that.
Yes, you do.
You go and fuck yourself. I do not
All
look
right,
like
nobody
a nerd.
cares. Listen, I got a 30 Rock sound clip here.
And you have undercover experience.
They used to call me the chameleon. Because of my slender frame and my big wet eyes.
Is that Steve Buscemi?
Yeah, he's awesome in that show.
Oh dear me.
You've got to watch 30 Rock. Chinny, you will enjoy it.
I know. I don't know why I haven't.
So this guy, you made a connection with him. You said that BioShock, and he went.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The thing is, I did and I realized I remembered why I don't come out as a nerd. It's because as soon as you let people know that you're a nerd, you open yourself up, and everyone's like, "Isn't BioShock a great game? Oh my god!" I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I just wanted to recognize your tattoo."
See, I actually don't ever have that experience. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes students will become weird and you know, talk my ear off, but usually I have good conversations with people once it becomes clear that we're both into video games. One of my best times hanging out with my fellow teachers is when one of them brought her boyfriend, and they're now married, and like we were just hanging out and having a good time, and then he and I realized we're both into games, and the next hour just vanished because we just talked about games the whole time. It was great.
You see.
I don't know. I kind of like that.
Yeah, you kind of like the sort of game chat,
Yeah.
as it were.
But Ginny doesn't like talking to people in real life.
No, well, Ginny doesn't like talking to people in general. Does he?
I
Let's
only
be
like
honest
talking
here.
to I only like bullying people.
He doesn't even like talking to us, really. He just does it
No.
because he feels he has to.
He's doing it for the money.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, that's true.
totally just for the money.
Dude,
Babes.
for the cash,
All the hot
for the
chicks.
cash and the coke.
Cash and the coke.
The coke.
Ka-ching. So it snowed
You
here.
should- in EGX, it's always snowing, if you know what I mean. Cocaine.
So speaking of piles of white stuff, hey, how's that a transition for you? I was sick on Thursday. I was home from school sick on Thursday, and then on Friday we had a snow day. So in effect, I had a 4-day weekend. It was like, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, granted, I was sick for one of those days. So I was just lying in bed going, ugh. But still, it was. It's been a good weekend. So hooray for snow days! There aren't a lot of benefits to living in this climate, but snow days are definitely one of them. Have y'all had snow days? Did you have them growing up?
Yeah, we had a snow day just in December. Like yeah. I mean, I still went to work because I'm not a big pussy really. But
That's true. It's true. But you are a nerd.
He's come in. That's the.
a lot of the people that work for me went, "Oh, it's getting a bit dangerous out there." I went,
Oh, I bet they did. We're like, can we go home?
I looked at the snow and my eyes exploded. So I'll be in
And
tomorrow.
you were like, shut up and get on with
I'm,
you.
like, I'm in the fucking office now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do.
By
get
the
snow
way,
days. Not very often.
yeah, we've got snow this evening. It did snow a little bit, but it's not like anything major. It's just a bit.
We had a bit of snow this all week. We've had like a bit of snow, but it
Yeah.
never sticks to the ground. So
No, nothing major.
I remember one day I went to primary school and it was a cold day and the radiators wasn't working, and then they said fuck off, go home, and we all played on the park.
I doubt they put it like that. But,
And it was the greatest day of my life.
Well, yeah. That's the thing. When growing up in Florida, I never had snow days. And so I'll tell you this, if you think they're fun as a student, they are 10 times better as a teacher. I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
But one day when I first started teaching here, it was like February, and like, it had snowed for a while. So I was driving on snow, and it was just, I was in the habit, and it didn't even occur to me. But one day the phone rang, and 6 a.m. and I was just getting out of the shower. I'm like, hello. And it was this robot. Schools are closed. Please don't come in. We'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, what? Suddenly I don't have to go into school. Oh my God. I can eat breakfast at a table like a normal person.
Where do you normally eat breakfast?
On his way to work, because he crashed into a deer last time he was doing it.
Oh yeah.
Not because I was eating, but while I
It's
was.
because he was distracted, stuffing his face with something.
No, it's because the deer smashed into my car like out of nowhere.
Why did you move away from Florida? I'm trying to get to Florida. Like, why would
Yeah.
you do that?
Stupid friends were like, "Come up here," and as soon as I did, some of them moved back to Florida. Damn
That's
you!
funny. I have got a little story, by the way.
I guess I won't play that clip now. Go ahead, tell your story.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I have got a little story. I was in the supermarket the other day.
That's
Yes.
bullshit.
No, it's true.
No,
It's
you
true.
was not.
I was in there and I was
I've
just
got
getting some
proof.
shit.
Proof that you wasn't there.
Well, you'll have proof. You'll have proof because I was witnessed by someone in the said supermarket. But yeah, I'm walking around Morrison's, minding my own business, and then there's a voice
Morrison's?
like, "Yeah, Morrison's."
You do all
Dude,
right.
his stories take long enough. If you
I
keep
know.
interrupting.
Sorry,
I
I'm
know.
sorry, Duke.
Morrison's.
Morrison's.
Shocking.
And then there was a voice like, "Hey, Stu, how are you doing?" And it was none other than Darren Hilton, who we met at EGX this year.
Ah, Darren.
That's with his missus, and he's like, "All right, Stu, how's it going?"
Yeah.
And then his missus is like, he's like, "Oh, this is me missus," and Kay was with me like, "Oh, this is Kay, my wife," and he's like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and all that stuff. And then his wife sort of continued then on to deride him for his hobby. And when we started talking about games, like you do, because we're going to bound to be doing that,
Yeah.
they were just rolling their eyeballs at us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What's that about?
Nerds.
Exactly.
Nerds.
Yeah.
It just his missus is a little bit more derisive of his hobby than my missus is, to be
See, and now that's going to give Kay permission to be like, you know what? I'm not nuts. That she told me I have a right to be insulted by your nerdiness.
I know, exactly. And I'm like, but yeah, she's like, I don't know what it's all about. And he's like, oh, we're trying to get her to come to EGX this year, but she's having none of it. And she's like, I'm not going there.
Why does she have to go? Why can't he just go by himself?
No, I think he's just trying to get her involved, you know, like you do, trying to get the missus
No,
involved.
see, that's the mistake right there. I mean, every now and then, a little bit here and there, but don't go dragging her for a day to some convention. That's like if the Duchess tried to bring me to a permaculture convention. I'd be, hell no, I'm not going to that.
What's a permaculture convention?
Don't even get me started on that. Done. Is this over?
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. It's over. It's over.
Darren was a good lad.
He was a good lad. He was very good.
He was.
He's a good lad.
How we hate him.
Yeah, we hate him. Terrible.
What's the point in the sound clips if we just talk over them?
I have no clue anymore.
What's the point in this show?
Because
We
it lets
hate that,
people
Daz.
know what part of the show we're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Even if you
can't just
can't hear it.
listen
The
to the.
guidepost.
They can't just listen to the words.
No, but it's a different relationship to time when you hear a jingle compared to when someone says, "Now we're gonna talk about."
Yeah, I agree with you. Shut up, Chinny. What do you know?
I'm just making.
Oh, but stop moaning.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Jew, what have you been playing? Ignore Chinny. Go on. Go.
What have I been playing? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that, Stu.
I bet you are.
I've been playing Rocket League. For one
Okay.
thing. And the new season started. We got our wheels.
Wow.
The wheels are boring and stupid. I set up a car with them. For those who don't know, every season Rocket League gives you rewards based on where you got to in terms of your rank. So if you get bronze, then like last season it was little banners, like Call of Duty, they went to banners. So I have this. I didn't get platinum last season, so I didn't get a platinum banner, which I'd probably just keep up always. But anyway, so I had the gold dragon banner, which is cool enough. But I decided it was time to switch. Anyway, this season they gave us dumb wheels, and so you get all the gifts for the ranks below yours. So I got bronze wheels, silver wheels, gold wheels, and platinum wheels. Now, why on earth would I use gold or silver or bronze wheels when I have the platinum wheels? That makes no sense.
So let me ask you, right?
Go ahead, ask away.
What is the difference between the platinum wheels and the bronze wheels, for instance?
The bronze wheels are bronze, and the platinum wheels are like an aqua color.
So it's literally just color. That is it.
Well, no, they're designed differently too. The platinum is in the shape of, when you get platinum rank, you have a star that is aqua colored. And if you have bronze, I think it's like a octagon or a square or something. It's very boring. Gold is like a triangle. Silver is an octagon with like diagonal lines through it. So anyway, they're different shapes.
Can I ask you another question? Question?
Yeah, fire away.
I've seen Platinum. It's silver colored. Why are the aqua?
Because they want to make it look different from silver on the game. I agree with you that it's silly. We talked about this last week. We're not talking about it again.
Yeah,
the point is
stupid.
Fine, whatever. The point is we have our wheels, and I made a car that has them on it, but I never use it because I think it looks kind of dumb. It's hard to make a car look good with aqua, so whatever. Anyway, the point is it's hard to make your orange team look good with aqua wheels because you can have a blue car and an orange car that have different things on them, but your orange car is going to have, you have to make it either yellow, orange, red, or pink. Right?
Well, why don't you put the gold wheels on the orange car? That'd look all right.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that. I hadn't thought of that. That's really smart. What the hell is wrong with me?
Just saying. I know that you don't want to have a lower ranked wheel, but it would probably look better aesthetically.
Nobody even cares. I'm the only one who even cares a little bit, and that's just.
You're not the only one. No, everybody cares. That's why they keep giving this shit away for free.
Well, people care about what's on their cars. Then nobody ever cares about what's on your car. That's like when Chinny plays PUBG. Nobody has ever gotten killed by him and said, "That's a really awesome shirt he's wearing."
So people care when people are wearing the yellow tracksuit, not because they're jealous, but they just kind of make them want to kill that person more.
It's true. It's true.
Well, anyway, the point is on Rocket League, it's all stupid. It's a much of muchness. But the other thing is that the new season started, and so you have to play 10 ranked games in each of the divisions that you're going to play in.
Ugh.
So I had to play 30 games, 10 in standard, 10 in doubles, and then 10 in solo standard. And I got all set up. And my rankings are exactly the same as they were last season. I'm platinum in triples, I'm gold in doubles, and I'm silver in solo standard. What the hell is that? That makes no sense. I'm playing about the same level.
Well, you've just plateaued, haven't you? That's what's happened.
I guess, but I've plateaued in 3 different plateaus. If I was gold on all of them, I'd be like, okay, fine. I am a gold player. That's where I am at 1,400 hours, and I can't get out of gold. But I'm not. I'm platinum in triples, which is so weird. But
well, it's obvious like you're not getting any better in any of the different leagues, are you? You're just staying at the same sort of standard, which isn't bad.
Well, no, but the only thing I'll say about it, I would agree with you in general, but last season I did get to platinum in triples. So that shows evidence of progress. And so maybe this season I'll be able to do even better. I don't think I'll get to diamond, which is above platinum, but maybe I got to platinum 2. There's 1, 2, and 3 levels within each rank, right? And so I got to platinum 2 last season. I'm saying it's possible I might get to platinum 3. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not going to cling to that rank like so many people do in Rocket League, but I am going to, hope that I get there. We'll see.
Maybe it's just that you're better as part of a team rather than on your own or just as a double act.
That makes sense, I guess. But then you have fewer enemies to fight against when you're on doubles. So I think the advantages that would come from having a bigger team would be offset by having more people you have to get the ball past. I don't know.
Who knows?
Especially because actually, in a way, it seems senseless that I would do better with a bigger team because that's more people to get in each other's way. That's more difficulty communicating. But
yeah, but if you're working better together, setting up the goals and all that kind of stuff,
I guess
just play better.
I don't know. I think I do. I actually think I play about as well when I'm with one other person as with 2 other people. But apparently, the rankings say otherwise. I have to wonder if your rank last season in some way has an influence on where you get put after your 10 ranked games.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. I have other things to talk about, like Stellaris. Yeah! So I talked about this last week. This is the Space Sim real-time strategy game. And I had to admit something sad to myself recently. I suck at these games.
Well, you keep playing them, though, don't you?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I enjoy them. I've played a lot of Civilization. I've played a lot of Crusader Kings 2. I like these games, but I've never won any of them. I have never won a game of Age of Empires or Civilization or any of those. I've never won a strategy game. I don't think I've ever.
So what you're saying is you enjoy the experience, but you're a little bit shit.
Yeah, a lot shit. Like I'm terrible. Like
Really?
if I was a little bit shit, I would set it on easy and then someday win once. But I don't know if I've ever set it on easy because there's a part of me that's like, I don't need to set it on. Obviously, I do need to set it on
That's
easy.
dumb then. If you haven't played it on easy, then
yeah.
Yeah, well,
swallow the pride, Duke, and set it on easy.
What?
Swallow your pride and set it on easy.
I should do, and maybe I will because I'm gonna take the run at Stellaris. Because the thing was, God, it was so weird. I had this empire going, and I had covered like a quarter of the galaxy. It was pretty good. I had a decent, empire going. And then there's this thing where you can set some of your region off as its sector that runs itself. Okay, so it's supposed to be running itself. And then I get this alert that says, this sector has no food. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I realized there's a way you can tell the sector, ooh, focus on this or focus on that. So I go to those settings, and one of them is agricultural focus. I'm like, okay, good. Focus on growing food. And I let it run for a while, focus on growing food. Like 20 years later, 2 years later, it goes, this sector has no food. I was like, what? I look at the numbers. It's exactly where it was before in terms of food. What are y'all doing? Why aren't you growing any food? You're not autonomous. You're not governing yourselves. You people suck. And then, worse than that, there's this thing where it goes, oh, there's discontent in your on this planet. And I was like, discontent? Now what? And it was like, a red fist, and it's like unrest. Ugh. So I go to the planet, I'm looking at it, and it goes, oh, people are mad that our influence is shrinking. And I was like, why is that? And then it goes, oh, your influence is shrinking. And this is me simplifying all this. The game doesn't tell you that. You have to figure it out. Your influence is shrinking because you're not colonizing other planets. Okay, how do I colonize some more planets? I have to build a ship. You can't build a ship. Why not? Because you have so much unrest on that planet. God damn it!
It sounds stressful, man.
Yeah, it does, man. I think it's one of those types of games that when you look at it, it looks quite sort of laid back and slow.
Well, it is most of the game. But when something goes wrong, it's like in Banished. If you get a disease ripped through your village, forget it. It's going to be the most stressful thing ever because suddenly you realize you haven't built any doctors, you haven't built any hospitals, you haven't built any chapels, and you're, oh God, now what? And all you can do is watch your people die.
Do you know, here's the thing, Duke, right? You know how shit Donald Trump is as a president? I think it would be really bad if you became president, just saying.
Well, that's the thing, is because there are people who will help you out when you're president. He chooses not to listen to them. And I think I would be better than him because I would listen to people. That's the thing about Civilization. You have advisors. This game has no advisors. Paradox said, let's look at what Civilization does and other people who make real-time strategy games, and let's just get rid of all that stuff that makes it easy. And instead, let's make it really hard and complicated. And in a way, that's what makes it fun. In the same way that FTL is fun as a spaceship game because you're managing everything and the doors open and you reroute the power to this system or that system. You think this game is nerdy, Stellaris? Wait till I get to another game on my list.
Oh my
God. God.
That's going to make
more nerdy than this.
Yeah, because this at least has delusions of grandeur. You can be, I am a space lord. I am in charge of planets. There's another game coming up that has none of that.
You missed out, and I'm doing a really shit job of it.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. It's just... It's funny what you say about the food thing. Like, no, I just think they had some sort of committee meeting and said, all right, there's no food, so we need to do something about it, grow crops. Anybody got any ideas? I don't know. And that was it for 2 years, and then they died.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you, you know when you told them to farm more?
Hang on 1 second. I got to go check something. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. It did sound a little bit distracted there. Oh, by the way, Fraser's in the chat. He says he's listening whilst he's cooking. Do you think he's cooking beef? Do you think he's cooking beef?
Why is that funny?
Because we've got beef with the overseas connection. Is he cooking? Oh,
I don't get it.
Sorry, I'm back. Our dog Tito was opening a bag.
Oh, a bag of what?
What, like
a bag of what? What was it a bag of, Duchess?
Was it food?
She's just looking at me. Why are you just looking at me? I thought you were going to tell me what it was a bag of that Tito opened.
Like a rucksack?
Was it a suitcase? What sort of bag?
Tea, like used up tea. It was a bag of used tea.
Right.
Lovely.
Yeah. So anyway.
There's more questions there, but I won't touch it.
Go ahead. You want to ask a question about food?
I was just like,
Yeah,
what have we got a bag of used questions? Used questions, used tea.
The Duchess was holding one of those tea globes that you put tea in.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Stu, you were
I
going to
know
ask
what he means.
about
Yeah,
Stellaris.
so, you know when you, like, directed your civilization to farm more?
Yeah.
But did they actually have the resources and technology and all the stuff they needed to do that?
But that's not how this game works. On this game, you say, I want to build a hydroponic farm here. And if you have the minerals to do it, it just grows. But that's not even how it works in the sectors. Now, I didn't want to get into this, but since you asked.
Oh, God.
You can withdraw your question if you want.
No, carry on. It's fine.
Right.
No, I did ask.
In the sector, you're not supposed to have to tell them, put a farm here, put a farm there. You're supposed to be able to say, boop, agricultural focus, and they'll grow more food. I tried that. It didn't work. And maybe I could Google it, like you said for that other game. Just Google it. And I've been Googling everything in this game. How do you get more influence? How do you do this? How do you do that? And they're like, well, frontier outposts are a bad investment.
Oh, God.
I know, right? But on the other hand, that's what makes it fun, because when you realize that that's true, you're like, ooh, I don't need to build a frontier outpost, but I need to grow my empire. I need to colonize other planets, but that takes up a lot of my energy credits. Anyway, the point is, you're supposed to be able to say, boop, agricultural focus, and they'll grow more food. But that wasn't happening, so whatever. The point is,
look, Duke, I love you, man, but this game sounds so boring and frustrating.
Well, I understand it's not for everybody, and like I said, the next time I do a run through, I think I've learned a few things from the last run through. I'll be able to do better next time. And for me, that's the thing with Civilization. It's not about winning. Maybe someday I'll win a game of Civilization, but in the meantime, it's fun to expand and take over. You know, I have taken over some empires. I've gotten like second place in some games, and these are all AI games. I've never played any of these online. So I'm the worst of the worst, because a lot of people are like, AI is too easy, I had to go online.
I love the fact, right, when you talk about people who are good at games, they always sound like they're really thick.
Yeah, oh gosh.
And you've got to imagine, to beat Civilization, you've got to be pretty brainy.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Stellaris is a good game. I like it. I'm going to have another run through, but I don't know if it's going to be a long-term hardcore game for me. Anyway, moving on.
Move on.
You, Stuart, made me buy.
I did not make you do anything.
You forced me. You said you were going to kill my family if I didn't buy. You don't remember that? And then I bought iOS, and then you said after I bought it for the iOS, you conveniently added, "Oh, it's also on Steam." And I was like, "Oh, I should have gotten it on Steam because it's a bigger screen and it would be more fun." I don't play games on my phone much anyway, except for Flow, which is a great game. But anyway. And that's all free. You get like 5 free levels every day. But Push, here's the thing I realized. Because first of all, the logo that comes up for Push is a little hamster in profile, right?
Yeah.
The guy who made Zengi, or Zenge, whatever the hell you call it, that company is called Hamster on Coke Productions. And it looks like the same hamster as the one for Push. So I was like, it looks kind of similar. I wonder if it's the same company, but it's not.
Oh,
like what? It's hard to believe because they feel very similar. They've got the same kind of ethereal, like otherworldly feel to them, and they use the same hamster in their logo, but apparently it's not.
There definitely is no correlation. It's not like a former dev from one of them.
Well, that's what I thought. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But the guy who made Push has also made some other games that I like, including Hook, which is a really good puzzle game. If you like Push, you should definitely check out Hook.
Right, okay.
And the OO game, the OO, where you have the circle going around the other circles. And
yeah, I like that.
So he made that too. So pretty cool. Dude, I like him.
This guy is obviously a very intelligent bloke who makes these.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get to the crux. Do you like it or not?
I do like it. It feels like the type of game where as soon as you get the sense of it, the next level will throw something else into the mix. And then
it definitely does that. It throws lots of curveballs.
And then you get to the next level and there's a different thing in the mix. And then you get to the next level, there's a different thing in the mix. And that's fine because, that's part of the fun is to figure out, okay, how are you going to do it? But in a way, I mean, Zengi did a good thing of not throwing too many things in too quickly. And I kind of feel like this is throwing a lot in very quickly.
Oh, yeah. And it gets completely crazy as you get to the more difficult levels where you're switching between different planes and stuff.
Well, that's the thing is I'm on the one with the dimensions. Like you have to alternate between spoilers for Push.
Yeah, spoilers.
No, I mean in a way it is a spoiler.
Warning! Warning! Warning!
But it's the type of thing where it's you have to alternate between light and dark.
Yeah.
And so you have to rotate, and it goes to different dimensions where you're like there's the light button and there's the blue button or whatever.
Yeah.
Black button. And it felt like okay, now I got to make sure I click this and then click something in the light, and then I got to go back to the.
And the problem is if you put something wrong, it just resets everything. I don't.
Right. So I mean, whatever. It's very well done. It's very elegant. The sound is great. The visuals are wonderful. Yeah, I mean, it's a very good game for $1. Like you can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
I probably will stick with it because, as you all know, I like to have a game where you play a level, beat it, get that feeling of overcoming, and then go play something else like Rocket League.
Yeah, it's perfect for that.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah. So thumbs up on Push. Chinny.
I think it would frustrate me.
Yeah. Well.
So
hey, by the way, we stopped doing the round robin that we were doing, so we should go to Chinny now and listen to something he's played, shouldn't we?
Good idea. I agree with that. That's better.
I am struggling to not cough, but I'll do it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, according to Steam, it is Hamster on Coat Games.
So it's the same.
It is the same guy. How about that? Why didn't they have it on their website? You weirdos.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, Chinny, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing a concoction that you made me play.
What have I made you play now?
You made me play it.
Oh, I did send you something today. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You did.
I did. It was free. A dev sent it to us and said, "Can you play my game and let me know what you think?"
So about that, so a dev sent it to us for free. So people might think, I might say nice things because then.
Oh God.
Because if I say nice things, then we get more games. But
sell out.
That's not really going to be the case here. Because this game is shit. I'm sorry, but it's not very good.
Poor dev.
I just want to say, f this game. I'm done.
Hey, we don't want to lie to people. We're not gonna sugarcoat things.
There is no sugarcoating.
So it's a shmup game. And
Bullet Hell is described as, I think.
Bullet Hell, shmup. The void reigns upon her heart. So
sorry, what's this called?
The void reigns upon her heart.
That's the
it
name.
Does sound cool.
No, it does not.
It sounds cool to Stu.
Yeah, of course.
Cool, man.
It
Cool,
sounds
man.
like the stories of Dorian Boswell, like the type of games that he likes. When he read the title, I bet he thought, "Oh, this is gonna be like one of those walking simulators. He's right up my street." And then saw it was a shmup and went, "Give it to Chenny, fuck him." So let me just walk you through the story. Are you ready for this shit?
Wow.
Story, huh?
So there's
For those who listen to this stream, sorry, for the audio only listeners, there's a heart and there's
I'm gonna go into this.
Colorful things around the sorry, but it doesn't look like it would have a story. So go ahead.
No, there's a story. So it starts well because it comes up with a thing saying, "Do you mind? Are you offended by non-sexual nudity?" I went, "Fucking hell no."
Bring it on, baby.
I went, "Hey, this game's a 10 out of 10 already."
Yeah.
And then you get like some sort of like naked elf woman. It's all sort of like pixel art sort of looking. But you can definitely see nipple and stuff, so that counts. And then once I'd finished myself off to that, no, so there's the boobs in it and stuff. And then she's like,
There's boobs in it and
she's
stuff.
like, she's trapped in a tower or something, and she's like, I just want to love everything, and the monsters are trying to trap her in a tower, and I just want to spread my love. This is actually the story, and then there's this robot, and he says, to spread your love, you got to shoot them with your love hearts. I'm not making this up.
I'm not story, Chinny. This is an amazing story.
I'm not making this up.
I can't wait to find out what happens next.
So you control a heart, but Yeah, and you don't actually hold down a button to fire. It just sort of spreads its love when it's.
Oh,
when
it's auto fire, is it all the time?
Fire, yeah.
Mind you, to be fair, looking at this, it's like you've got to spend most of your time just avoiding all the shit on screen, haven't you? There's a lot going on.
Firing is you're too busy doing the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I found the art style quite difficult to look at because it kind of blends in with the background. Not so much this level that we're seeing on the video now, but the other one did.
But you do struggle a little bit with colour blindness, don't you? Is that correct?
Not colour blindness, Stuart.
Oh no, that's right, epilepsy.
Epilepsy. So
that's true. I'd forgotten about the epilepsy.
I'm not really epileptic, but I have had a fit.
Sensitive to photos.
I have had a fit.
Flashing lights.
Do you know what I think? I'm looking at this, right, and I think Quanrian would love this game.
Anyway, yeah, talk about someone that people can't remember. That's great. So anyway,
I know some people will remember him.
When it gets busy, it gets difficult to see, to distinguish stuff. The story is weird. When you pause the game, there's just a shot of the naked elf and just sleeping.
Look, you can't go wrong with naked elves. What's the matter with you?
It combines some Chinny loves elves with something he's not so into.
Just think Cuphead, but terrible, right? And think, all the love that goes into making the bosses in Cuphead and how well designed they are. Like, literally, one of the bosses is a fucking target. Like, you can see it on the screen now. It looks like just a target. It's just like, like the reticle on your gun in a first-person shooter. It's just a target.
Fair. I mean, that in of itself, like, I'm imagining how they would make a target into an enemy in Cuphead, because some of the enemies in Cuphead, I mean, you are a cup, to be fair, in Cuphead.
Yeah, but like you're a cup. You're a cup. But okay. You're a cup though, and you've got animation, and you've got eyes, and you've got.
I know, that's my point is
charm.
Is very, 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 very simple.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, this is just literally it looks like a placeholder graphic that they stole.
It's a circle with the 2 lines through it.
And most of the other bosses, which I'll try and get another, because I think this video is just of the target, because they're very varied. These bosses.
There's little targets behind him too.
Yeah, and so a lot of the bosses are just round things, shooting round things that shoot bullets. That's most of the game. So yeah, it's a bit lackluster in that sense. So the enemies are boring. Yeah, pause menu as a naked elf. The auto shoot is odd because you sort of don't. I mean, I find it quite a coincidence that there's naked stuff in this, and you could also play the game single-handedly.
And it says "Don't panic," so there's a Hitchhiker's Guide reference.
So, you can literally play this with one hand, with your left hand. What you do with your right hand,
do your taxes,
is up to you. So it's quite sort of boring, and I finished the game. It took me 15 minutes. Wow. And there's unlockables and different levels, and the different levels are like how hard do you want it to rain? Heavy rain, I guess. So yeah.
Is there an option for chocolate rain?
The menus are really difficult to sort of understand because they're kind of like, they look like trading cards, and you're like, sometimes I fought the same boss again, and I wasn't sure if it was the same boss again but harder, or I'd just click the same boss again. I wasn't sure if I had finished it. It definitely felt like I'd finished it. I definitely didn't want to play it anymore. Yeah, and it was just a surreal experience, really. Yeah, and it was confusing and not very good, I'm afraid. So, if the person is listening who made the game or published the game, I think if you're publishing this game or you're trying to get some PR and you kind of know it's shit, probably.
It's an early access game, by the way. When
they got a lot
finished.
They got a lot of fucking work.
It isn't finished, to be fair.
They got a lot of fucking work to do.
And there's a really good quote from Ira Glass, which they made into a Zen Pencils comic. I'll put it into the chat. When those people who are into creative stuff, when you first start out, there's a disconnect. You have good taste in things, but you know that what you're making isn't all that great, but you've been making progress. So you can see that you're getting better, and you still have that good taste, and you have that frustration that what you're producing isn't as good as it should be in order to meet that bar you've set in terms of what is good art. So they might believe that, they're getting better, but that they don't have that, they're still working on it.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to say anything positive about it, it's a shmup. It's definitely a functional shmup, and it works. And there's definitely like thought and care in there, but I got confused and bored because, and it made me want to play, and it made me appreciate Cuphead.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly, in the press release that they've sent me, it does say some fans have described this as Cuphead in space.
No,
apparently
it is not.
Some fans see you have to watch out for that, because that's people used to be ashamed to put random schmuck says quote on their movie posters or whatever. Now everybody, some fans have said, and like I see this on people's self-published books. Like here's some random quote from some random Yahoo, and I did it because one of the English teachers in my school said something nice about a story I wrote. But and I realize that it's ridiculous for me to do it, but it's like, come on, y'all, get a quote from an actual reviewer.
Yeah, no, fair enough. If
they want a quote from somebody that wants to review the game, they've got plenty from me.
There you go.
I don't know if they'll use any of those.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they probably won't want to. No,
it functions.
So you can play it with one hand.
Put it functions on it.
It functions.
Yeah. It functions. What's the sound like, by the way? Because obviously we can't hear it on the stream, so I've no idea.
Has
he got music?
The music's okay, but that's probably the one thing that they didn't do. Like I'm guessing they probably just bought a lot of stock tracks or some shit. I'm gonna guess because it's too good for someone to make it.
How do you know? I mean, you're making broad based.
It's made by one guy, and I don't think that one guy made the music.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm going to put it out there.
You could be wrong.
I could be wrong.
All I'm saying is pizza on a roof. That's all I'm saying.
Here's some of the music.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. You may be right. Who knows?
All right.
Right, shall I say, I'll talk about something. I've played a demo on the PS4 this week called Crossing Souls.
Ooh.
Souls?
What
kind of
which is pretty good, I have to say.
Pretty good.
It's
what do you do in Crossing Souls?
It's kind of a adventure game, sort of a 32-bit, I guess, pixely type thing.
32-bit?
Yeah, it's like, it's not 8-bit, it's a bit better than that. It's pixely,
16.
but it's kind... No, I don't know, it seems a bit better than that.
24?
24-bit, there you go, that's what it is.
22.3?
Yeah, 22.3-bit. But it's kind of Stranger Things, the video game, adventure-y, E.T., set in the 80s, has these really cool animated cutscenes that are just like an 80s cartoon. And they look super cool. And it's very clever. I really, really like it. And they've obviously they've got lots of influences from 80s films and TV shows and all that kind of stuff going on. Right at the very beginning, you can walk into another house to have a look inside.
Sorry,
and it's going...
I hate to cut you off. Wait. Between the cutscenes, what do you do? What kind of game is it?
It's an adventure game, so you're walking around. It's kind of point and clicky, but not.
Okay, is it?
It's kind of no. It's kind of an angled 3D top-down.
Okay, thank you.
Sort of thing, and you're walking around. You have to get the gang together. So it is like turn-based combat. You can switch between characters, and each one has different skills. But it's more hack and slash the combat than anything else.
Gotcha.
So it's like a hack and slash combat. Each of them has different skills. Like the guy you're seeing now, he gets a sort of that family heirloom baseball bat off his dad at the beginning of the game.
So it kind of looks like Stardew Valley for those who are familiar with that game.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Right.
Kind of does look like that. But the story is based around them finding a dead body in the woods, and then some weird scientist guys doing dodgy experiments, and you've got to figure out what the hell's going on, basically. Yeah, it's kind of cool, and they all meet up. They've got like little gang going on. The dialogue's really cool. Like I say, you go in a house at the beginning, it's all full on poltergeist. You know, there's a girl stood in front of a telly with static on it, and there's like cups floating above the cupboard, and so there's lots of references. There's like a poster, for instance, nailed to a tree, and if you go and observe it, it's Heisenberg, and it's like missing person. Have you seen this man? So there's lots of like cool little references going on. But yeah, I really, really liked it. It's very simple. It's easy to follow. There's no complicated stuff. You're given a mission, you have to go and find someone, and then you find them, and then stuff just happens. And it's kind of witty as well. I'm really impressed. I'll be honest. If this is kind of around the £10 to £15 mark, I'll probably pick it up when it's released.
Cool. I wonder if there's a demo on Steam.
No, I think it is on Steam, to be fair. Because this that you're watching now, I think is off Steam. It's a PC version.
Crossing Souls on Steam. The download PC demo. Heyo.
There you go. And it's a decent sized demo as well, so it gives you plenty to sort of play around with and get an idea of how the game will feel. And
story-based adventure. Oh wait, Life is Strange, Telltale, Batman, Game of Thrones, Borderlands, Telltale Season 3 of Walking Dead. I got 100 million of them.
Yeah, it isn't like any of those, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a story-based adventure game. So Devolver.
Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good.
I will download the demo.
Yeah, I really, really like it. I definitely recommend it to. You know, it's a free demo on PS4. It's obviously a free demo on Steam as well. I'm not sure. Does it say the release date on Steam? So I'll tell you.
Release date announcement. Read more.
Yeah.
February 13th, 2018.
Oh, so it's not too far. It's not too far. Like this week, even.
Days from now.
Days. But yeah, it's cool. Really, really well done. Very slick. There's very little in the way of loading screens. You like move between scenes. There's maybe a couple of seconds, and you're on to the next area of the game.
Well, okay.
So good. Yes, good. Back to you, Duke.
Yeah. Let me tell you about another game I've been playing. Looks at list. Talked about Push. Talked about Stellaris. Talked about Rocket League. So there's this demo. Damn it. I was going to talk about how great it is and then wait for it to show up on the stream and have Jenny go, what the fuck is this? Oh, talking of people who make a game that obviously took some time, but you're just like, no. The game is called Harsh.
Right, okay.
And the trailer makes it look decent, and it's not.
Trailers can do that, you know.
The description on Steam makes it sound like a cross between Skyrim and Minecraft. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Skyrim and Minecraft. Look at those two games.
God, it's
mashed together.
Good. It's like the character creation screen. You remember playing Skyrim? Well, for me, and maybe you remember Stu in Oblivion.
Yeah.
That you make your character. There's something that's like, yes, this is gonna be awesome. I felt that way when I played Oblivion for the first time. I was like, this is something special. I can tell this game is made with love, and it's going to bring me in. And then Skyrim was just like, we took all that to the next level. I was like, yes. This game is the exact opposite. When you get to that character creation screen, you're just like, oh, God, it doesn't even look like a person. He's leering and breathing heavy at the screen. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's like, choose the person's hair color. And then when you start playing, there's rainbow colors everywhere. Like the goddamn menu.
Oh, yeah.
You have all your inventory on the screen at once. And it's not like in Minecraft.
The UI looks like it was designed by a child.
It does. Like,
wow.
God, it's so painful. I couldn't play it for 5 minutes.
The trouble is, right? We must surely be getting to the end of these like Rust and those clones of those really early
Rust just
games.
came out this week.
I know, but I'm just saying the clones of Rust, this is another one of those.
Now that we know what Rust is going to look like in its finished form.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I mean, I don't understand. Here's the thing. Look, if you're going to make a game like this or a shmup, you have to ask yourself, how am I going to stand out? Where's the market niche? What am I?
Yeah, what makes me different?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what makes this game different? It's a nightmare to look at, and it's not fun, and it's jank, and it's like
I'm looking at this. The screen's almost full of UI.
I know, right?
It's like you can barely see the screen for the UI. It's everywhere.
Oh, I feel so bad for them. And like, you know, I'm sure it took a long time for these people to make this game, but it's so painful. I just want to tell them, like, no, look, whatever you're planning to do next, just don't. Just no, please save yourself the trouble, because it's not going to turn out well.
It looks terrible, quite honestly.
Oh, God. I mean,
it reminds me of the original Two Worlds. Do you remember Two Worlds?
Yeah, I never played that, but I think this does feel like a game from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, don't download the demo to Harsh. It's a harsh looking game.
Yeah. Stick to Rust, Duke.
I wanted to find something positive to say about it.
Stop chasing something that's already there, Duke.
Yeah, stop trying to find something else when you've already got what you want.
You already
I played Rust to see what it was like now that it's out for real.
The grass isn't greener, Duke.
You know what it's like? You know what Rust is like? It's exactly like it was before it went out.
Brilliant.
Out alpha.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's always the way, isn't it? Anyway, over to you then, Chinny. What else have you played?
Oh, for fuck's sake, are we still doing this? One sec.
Look, people liked it. Come on, get it on. What's the matter with you?
What?
You know what?
Like, we're going round robin and stuff.
No, it's just like
it's a good way to do it.
in general.
Your turn, Chinny. Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's just in general, just you know, talking.
Stop moaning and just get
it
on
sounds
with it.
like you have two different opinions. Like you feel both ways about it. In other words, you're kind of torn.
That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of
So you should be thanking me for playing all these sound clips because it stalled.
Stops you talking. Come on, get on with it.
Stops you talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing Assassin's Creed Landan.
Yeah.
It's getting tedious. It's getting a bit tedious. I did like the World War I stuff.
Oh yes, I do vaguely remember that.
So I did that, and it started well. And you're like, oh, like yeah, World War I, cool. And you play like a different character, and Churchill's there and stuff. And then it gets boring, and you're like, oh. Because then it just turns. You get like a decent mission, and it turns into like take over these things, and it's just I don't know. It was a bit boring, and just the whole game was just getting a bit. Fucking hell.
You can't be that far off the end now, are you?
No, it's just slogging away. On the screen at the moment is recordings that I've done of how fucking jank the game is.
Oh yeah, there's always issues with Assassin's Creed games, though, isn't it? Yeah, man walking through chair.
Yeah, man doing moonwalk through chair. Just weird stuff that the game does. So yeah, woman spinning round on the spot, just aiming a gun for no reason, just doing some weird shit. So yeah, the game's jank as fuck, and it's starting to show through. It's a good game, and like it's probably better than your average Assassin's Creed, excluding Origins. But yeah, it's just. It just gets really tedious, and just like it's that Ubisoft problem of the map just being huge, and you just kind of get bored of doing the same thing. And so I'm trying to capture all the areas. And the other thing as well, yeah, you're supposed to be an assassin, right? And on the screen now is this fat fuck that I was chasing for like ages. All right, and I'm like, how the fuck?
We can run when we need to, okay?
I was like,
he's fearing for his life.
The other thing as well is like
there's a crazy dude with a hood and knives in his arm. I can run from him pretty fast.
The cool thing about being an assassin is like all the climbing and stuff, but like every enemy can do it anyway. Like
That's true.
That's what I always find odd about Assassin's Creed. It's like you go on a roof, they will just climb up there. Like it's like, hang on.
That's a good point. I think every 5th enemy or whatever should be crap at like, very slow, tries to climb and then falls on his butt. Like that would be more realistic and more fun.
I think every 5th or 6th enemy should be okay at climbing, and the rest should be terrible.
To have some way of differentiating it, so it's not just everybody.
Well, it's like, I mean, this dude you're chasing now just vaulted over a wall, really agile.
Yeah, but like the one thing they do in Assassin's Creed London, which they'd never done before, is when you hide on the roof, there's like little hatches on the roof, and they eventually come through there, which is a better way for them to get at you. So that's cleverer than them climbing up there. But only the police do that. This is another example on the screen now. I go to kill somebody over a ledge, and then I have to kill her twice because, like, for some reason I clone her and kill her twice. It's weird. Yeah, it's a strange game. And again, I'm on the Tower of London, or Tower Bridge, or whatever it's fucking called, and I went to do a thing, and then all of a sudden I jump off, and I have to climb all the way up, and it's just, I suppose in a small doses it's not too bad, but when you're playing the game for like more than 10 hours, it just grates on you, and it just does your head in a little bit. But hey, never mind. It's an alright game, but I'm getting to the end of it and I'm getting a bit sick of it. So that's
yeah. You can't, like I say, I don't think it's not that long a game, and you know it's about 20 hours, I guess, 15, 20 hours to finish it.
Yeah, I'm doing all the side missions.
Yeah, well, don't do any of that. You see, you do it to yourself because you do all the bollocks stuff that you don't need to do.
Yeah, so there's another jank thing on the screen just happened where a guy climbs a box, loses me because I'm hanging off a ledge, walks to me, I throw him off a ledge, and he must have fallen 4 foot, and he's dead.
And he's dead.
You know, so unless he
It's
landed
a game.
on his
It's
neck.
a video game.
I know.
His neck and then
broke his neck.
Artery.
Yeah, you got to fill in the gaps, haven't you?
Exactly. Use your imagination, man.
Yeah, it landed on his head, and you threw him pretty hard.
On the screen now is one of my favourite things to do is push little children out of the way. Because I love it when you run into children and your character just absolutely floors the little bastards. The other funny thing that happened as well is I think this is it on the screen now. It might be, but I was in an area and I just before it I hijacked horse and cart, and there must be something in the game where like. Oh, there you go. So a horse and cart just flipped out of nowhere. There must be something in the game where when you get out of a horse and cart, it follows you. Because I went into this private area. I'm in this and there's like a bandstand and everything. I'm trying to kill this guy. And there's a horse and cart, and it's just running around this park constantly looking for me. And I'm hiding in like one of those little things. And it's just running.
Like you put a car to idle, like it'll just sit there. Horses don't have an idle setting. They have a I'll keep running around and we'll catch up again later setting.
If you keep watching the stream, it just keeps running round and it kills the target or knocks him down on his ass. And it just keeps running round and running round and running round. And everybody's just like, what the fuck is this stupid horse doing? And it's just...
I must admit, I remember doing this particular part of the game. I don't remember anything like that happening though.
No, I know, but like, I wouldn't expect it to. But it just another example of like this game. Just now and again, it'll just do weird things, and and it just this horse would not give up. It just would not go away, and it just would just keep rotating around.
It loves you and it wants to share the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just kept on fucking. It's blowing my cover. It's like, hey, do you need a ride? Do you need a ride?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm trying to fucking kill. But yeah, it's on the screen now. You should see it just doing its thing. Yeah, but I haven't got much more to go. It's kind of getting there now. I feel like another.
I must admit, I didn't find it too tedious, and because it didn't feel that long. But I did as little of the side missions as possible.
When I say side missions, I mean like just like the Charles Darwin stuff.
Yeah, you have to do some of them because you have to get enough power to take over the different sectors of London, don't you? To
Yeah, I've done all of those now.
trigger all the sort of stuff.
I've took over all the territories.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've only got the missions left really. Yeah. So that's Assassin's Creed. It's okay. It's not my favourite.
It's okay. Yeah, Celeste, I'm still on that shit. Jesus Christ.
This is the Super Meat Boy story game.
It is the Super Meat Boy story game. And I'm averaging per level about 300 to 350 deaths.
Damn.
Because it gives you the death count at the end of every level once you complete it.
Yes.
And I die a lot.
Damn.
When you say level, you're talking about like each screen?
No. The full, like each thing's set up into a level.
A level, would you say?
Probably about maybe 20 to 30, I guess.
See, that's not so shocking that you die so many times. Then.
Yeah, probably about 20 to 30 screens.
That only becomes like 10 deaths a screen.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's great. It's really, really good.
Like when you do it, you're like, yes, I did.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. What's properly cool about this game is, for instance, at the beginning, the first level you do with the like 20 or 30 screens or whatever, it sort of drops you in at the deep end, really. It shows you the mechanics. It shows you certain things, drops you in at the deep end, tells you how to get used to jumping around and doing all the stuff you need to do. You then get to the second level of the game, and it's kind of like a tutorial, but it isn't. It's not telegraphed as such, but you get chased by something. And because you're being chased by something, you start instinctively doing it. Does that kind of make... So you're not looking at all the spikes and all the shit that's on the screen. You just want to get away from the thing that's chasing you.
But you get in the zone.
You do, and because you're running away from the thing that's chasing you, you're kind of doing stuff by reflex rather than...
The muscle memory that's built up over the last 30 screens, and now you have it in you so that when you need it's there. You paint the fence, you wax the car, Daniel, suddenly you're ready to fight.
And it's super clever that it does that. And
games do that?
I don't think, not in the same way that this does it, because it still feels like a tutorial in a way, because it's kind of...
Fair enough.
It's forcing you to use your reflexes to get through, because if you don't, you're just going to die. So it sort of forces you into getting quicker and getting better quickly.
Right. Yeah.
And I love it. And I think that's a really clever way of doing it. And it's kind of funny. It's almost got the Portal vibe, but not in the same way. With Portal, you look at the end where you need to get to.
Yeah.
And then you think, how the hell am I going to get there?
Right.
Well, it's kind of got that vibe about it. Even though they're a single screen, you look at where you need to get to and you're like, how the fuck am I going to get there? And then you have to start thinking through what moves you're going to have to make, when you're going to make them. Because sometimes you have to drop and dash at the same time, but right at this precise moment to get to where you need to go. And if you just mistime it by a fraction of a second, you die.
Right.
And it's that constantly... trying to work out the route through, and what's cool, every time you die you get through the first bit a little bit quicker, like you do with most games, I guess, as you learn how to do it. And it's just really, really cool. The story's kind of starting to grow a bit. You meet this guy called Theo, for instance, and you meet him throughout the game, and he has like words of wisdom for you, and you can sort of chat to him, and he's asking you why you're going up the mountain and all this kind of stuff. I'm still not entirely sure what the story's about, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So and there is an assist mode, by the way, which I didn't mention last week. If you want to make it easier, there's this assist mode, and it'll slow stuff down for you, take away some of the spikes, just make it generally easier for you to play. But obviously the dev says, look, you can use the assist mode, but our suggestion is that you don't, because the game is much better if you play it as it was intended. But if you want to use it, you can do. Up to now, I've completely avoided it. I'm just getting through screen by screen. Some of them are more frustrating because it might be a single screen, but it might be spread over 3 screens. So if you die, you end up going back to the top again.
Right.
But it's not that frustrating because what tends to happen is as you get used to dying and used to where all the, what you need to do, you tend to start doing the first few bits of it a lot quicker. So you're only struggling then on the final part of it and stuff. But it has definitely got that. When you get through a really difficult part, you're like, yes, I've done it.
Yeah.
And when you see that wooden platform that you can jump through and you know it's the end, and that once you've jumped through it, you can't go back, you're like, yes, that's another bit sorted out. But,
is it like that?
Yeah. But what's also cool is you just keep adding in more mechanics. Each sort of level is distinctly different art style-wise and just generally the way it looks, and plays. They add in all these different little elements every time they change the levels. So there's always something else you need to do.
Always something there that you need to do.
So yeah, look, totally recommend it. Even for someone, because I don't normally play these types of games, as you know. I don't want rock hard games to try and get through. But even for someone like me who doesn't play these games, I'm really, really enjoying it.
Cool.
So I think it's accessible enough, even though it's super rock hard for even people who aren't usually good at these types of games. So there you go, because it really is about timing. And when you do screw up, it's because you screwed up.
I think the reason, look, because I would have said the same thing about myself before Super Meat Boy. And I think that what Super Meat Boy did was it said, we're going to put this sort of game within everybody's grasp. Not everybody can get to the kill screen in Pac-Man. Not everybody can beat Dark Souls. But I believe everybody can beat Super Meat Boy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of being determined and patient. And I think that's probably the case with this game, and I'm looking forward to playing it at some point.
Yeah, I definitely think you would like it, Duke. I really do.
$20 for it, but I'll buy it at some point. It's on my way.
It's worth every penny, Duke. I'm telling you now.
I believe you, but I also believe you.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the $20. And like I say, you learn from your mistakes. And it's weird, right? I think in the description it says, don't worry if you die a lot, because every time you die, you learn something new, or you learn what you've got to do the next time so you don't die.
Right, exactly.
And that's
you have to think of it that way, and you have to say, okay, you know what? You have to be able to laugh at yourself when you die in a stupid way that you know better than to die in. And you have to say, I got to a good point. I beat a level. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, and that's the other cool thing about it. When you save and quit, it saves on the last screen you were on. So you never, and it's infinite lives. So you don't have to worry about lives or any of that malarkey. It just keeps on going. Like Super Meat Boy, it's just. And sometimes what's been really cool is when I've looked at the screen and gone, right, I know exactly what I'm doing. And I do it in one go. And I'm like, yes, I just did that without even having to try. Well, yeah. And I think as I'm playing more of the game, I'm doing that more often.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool, because I actually can feel myself getting better at playing the game.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. I'd definitely recommend it for anyone who wants to try something a bit different, really, because it is different to a lot of stuff that's out there at the moment.
I still haven't played Super Meat Boy.
No, you'd like that.
It's on my Dirty 30,
Isn't it? It's too late now, anyway. That year's over.
I can still play the game. The games haven't burnt away, Stu.
The games you burn away. But yeah, I mean, Chinny, like I say, you have access to this anyway, so you should play it.
I do.
You should just play
it. I have access
to
Super Meat Boy. That hasn't stopped me from not playing
it. Yeah, true.
I don't know. True. Yeah, it looks like something I could get into. Did you ever play M+?
I played a little bit of M+.
Yeah, this does remind me of that.
Yeah.
It looks like that.
But it's also, you've got to think about when you're using boost as well, and when you use it and when you don't need it, because you've got to always think about when it's going to recharge.
Yeah.
So there's so many things to think about all the time you're playing the game. It's very cool. Very cool. Totally recommend it, like I say. So, yeah, that's it for me on that. And I guess we go back to Chinny. Is it Chinny or is it Duke? It's Duke, isn't it?
Duke, who actually has different games to talk about this week. It's not just Rocket League.
It's true.
So there was a free game. There's a free-to-play game that came out this week called Black Squad.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not. I thought it might be like tie-in with Black Panther, and like you'd be a bunch of like African-American renegades who are taking down murderous police officers. No, it's not that. It's supposed to be like Black Ops, and it's a first-person shooter. It's a lot like Call of Duty. In fact,
It's exactly like Stummies.
And the twist is?
It's a much bigger pill.
I mean, look, Call of Duty has ranks and it has lots of maps and it has variety of game modes. This has none of that. I mean, it has ranks, I guess, but I can't tell what happens when you rank up except you get crates. This game is it may be shocking for you to hear this, but apparently the way a lot of developers are making money these days is from crates.
Really?
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, it's weird. I know.
Who knew?
It's this new thing that their developers are doing now.
It'll never take off.
This game is all about the crates. Every time you play a round, basically you level up, and when you level up, you get a crate. And the crate, you know how in Battlefield 1, they may have been games that did this before Battlefield 1, but I haven't seen it before Battlefield 1. Like opening the crates is kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like it's got whoosh, and then when you open it, it's like
I believe Counter-Strike were the ones for that.
Why not? And I know there was a Call of Duty game that did that too. This is exactly like that. It's like way over the top with like light streaming out of the crate when you're opening it, and then it's like you got $10,000. Now that sounds like a lot of money, but when you realize that a sniper rifle is like 200,000, it's like nothing. So you're like, oh, jeez.
You got a pair of socks.
Right. The actual good stuff you can't buy with the in-game cash money.
Of course you can't.
There's cash money, there's metal money, there's BS coin, whatever the hell that is.
Bullshit coin, that's what that is.
Right. It pretty much is. So it's just so weird that they have all these different currencies. Now, I know that's the way it is with these free-to-play games because they want you to be like, oh, I have all these other currencies. I just don't have this. Well, it's only $2 for 700 of those coins. But whatever. That's the way it is with a free-to-play model. Enough about that. What about the game? The game is actually pretty decent. I'm surprised at how I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Like, you know, it's got like 4 game modes. There's Team Deathmatch. There's Demolition. There's, you know, some standard stuff. When it comes to Call of Duty, I only ever really played Team Deathmatch anyway. So I'm kind of getting my fix from this game, and it doesn't have all the different weapons, and you know, you don't have UAVs, and you know, it lacks a lot of the fanciness that Call of Duty has. But on the other hand, the maps are pretty decent. There was one that I played that had, you know, it's not very big. They're about the size of a pretty small Call of Duty map. So once you get what you think is halfway across the map, you realize, oh wait, I'm in the enemy spawn all of a sudden. It is it's an old school game in the sense of Call of Duty these days. You're constantly spawning wherever like the aggregate of your team is, right? You don't have one spawning spot. But in this game you do. So it has that problem that we used to have in games like
spawn camping.
Exactly. Back in the day, so common that you had spawn camping, and you can do that in this game too. But the map that I played in, you know, there were like 3 different ways to get across the map. There was like an upstairs path, there's like a basement path, and then there's the path around the building. So, you know, I think that bit of variety made it enjoyable for that map. And yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying the actual gameplay. It's very satisfying. I'm not dying disproportionately. Like in Call of Duty, I always managed to go about 1 for 1. My kill death ratio was about 1 always. And that's about what it is here.
There you go.
It looks all right. It looks all right.
It does. It looks all right. It looks all right. Have you got anything else to talk about, Ginny, or is that it for you this week?
PUBG.
Any chicken dinners?
Yeah.
What, solo?
No, I haven't been playing solo.
Have you given up on that then?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, because let's be honest, when you first mentioned this, you said you were going to do it by New Year's Day.
Yeah, I say a lot of stupid shit.
That's kind of a long time ago. It's a long time ago.
I don't. This is what I do. I say things and then just completely don't do them.
Yeah, that's true. And how's PUBG? You still enjoying it?
It's great. It's great.
Is this on Xbox or on PC?
Yeah, I've been playing it on Xbox, and Fraser's not happy because
no.
Yeah, because there's a town named after me on the PC version, Chintun, and apparently they're gonna rename it if I don't start playing again. So yeah.
Well, maybe this would soothe Fraser's spirit. I mean, I know he's listening. He's in the chat, right? I think more than anything, I want to let him know.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That can make him feel a little better, maybe.
Yeah, it's just
So
the problem.
Is this Marsh?
The problem that I've got now is that I'm being pulled off.
Oh yeah.
I'll just leave it there.
You hear about that?
I'm being pulled from side to side. So.
Ooh.
I'm being wanked off, Stu. Is that what you want to say?
Well, you said it, not me. Don't blame me.
So like I've got the PC crew that they don't bug me, but they just look at me in disgust when I'm not playing there. And then I work with Matt, so every day he's like PUBG. My best mate is Marsh, and he'll text me saying PUBG. My brother's now into it, PUBG. So now I've got this like battle, and then the third battle is I don't want to play PUBG. I want to play something else. You know, I want to play Assassin's Creed or something.
But the other trouble is because the PC master race look at you now and they just feel like you're playing the amateur mode. That's the trouble.
Yeah, no, and I am. I definitely am. But like I like playing it in the amateur mode because it's easy. And it's easy. And I'm just a brilliant player on the Xbox. Like
brilliant.
I'm just great on there.
So why? So have you tried to get a solo chicken dinner on the Xbox and see if it's possible?
I played one solo game actually on the Xbox and I came second. On my first go, you know what I mean? Like just literally I'll try solo before I go to bed, and I came second, and I wasn't even that bothered that I died. I was just went, well, because I just knew that like if I kept on playing solo on the Xbox, like I'll just get it. And then I go back to the PC and I realised that they're not idiots on the PC. They know what they're doing. So, you know, on the Xbox, you just know like the enemy isn't as good, and you just know. Like we had a chicken dinner, and like a team chicken dinner on the Xbox, and like they just panicked. Like they're just making really stupid mistakes. Like at the end of the circle, they just run round looking for you, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like they're just idiots.
Yeah, instead of hiding and waiting.
Yeah, and I just downed one guy, shot another. I just killed them all three of them, and dead. And yeah, and I remember. Marsh didn't even know what happened. He was getting shot, and then he went, "Oh, we won." And I was, you know, and it does feel like easy mode, but I enjoy it because it's still challenging. You still die. I don't win all the time, so like, yeah, it's just more fun on the Xbox. Like in terms of just.
Is it been updated? Is it still as jank?
It's still jank. It still crashes and stuff. I've had a few crashes, and when I say it's more fun on the Xbox, I mean that because I'm shit at the PC version. If I was better at the PC version. You know, I'm probably not shit, but I'm average, I suppose, on the PC version. Whereas on the Xbox, I feel like I'm just better at it.
You feel like a god.
I just feel like no one knows what to do, and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And I'm like, well, just do this. This is what you do. Like it's easy. I know. But when you play with the PC crew, it's good because you almost don't have to say things. Do you know what I mean? Like you know that.
Yeah, you know what strategies.
You know what you're doing. Right, and everybody knows what they're doing, but with the Xbox crew, everybody's like a bit like, oh, what should we? And I've already moved on to the next house. I'm looting away, and they're like, oh, Chinny, you're all over there. How do you? There might be people over there. Well, there's not people over here because the way the plane flew over, and you know all this sort of stuff. So I know. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's still great. It's PUBG. And Fraser's right. Like. I heard Fraser say this, and it is how I feel. I really, deep down, I only want to play PUBG. Really, I'm only playing Assassin's Creed London because you know it's just something else to play and something to talk about. But I feel like if I wasn't on the podcast, I probably would only play PUBG.
You'd just be a PUBG bitch. That's it. That's all you play.
Maybe I should just do that for the next month, and then when it comes to my bit, I just go nothing.
That's probably what you would do.
Nothing. I'm still streaming it as well, so people want to see me play it. Yeah. Whether it's on the Xbox or the PC, I stream it regardless. So check out the YouTube channel or Twitch channel.
Check it out. The only other thing I played a demo. I'm not going to bother talking about it because it was a bit shit. The only other thing I'm still playing a lot of is Cat Quest, which is still very good, I have to say. It's a bit repetitive, but I've opened some new sort of special powers now, so I've unlocked some more magic stuff.
Ooh.
And I've got lightning attacks now, so I can sort of, blast people with lightning. I can also heal myself now. So I'm up to level 18, so I'm sort of moving on. But I've not got to the next level in the story quest, though, because you've got to be about level 20 or level 22 or something to take that on. So I'm just like tidying up all the side quests because you kind of have to do a bit of grinding in this game to move on. But there's lots of notice boards, lots of little settlements, and every settlement has missions to do. Most of them involve going and either killing something, or they all involve just going and killing stuff, to be fair. I mean, does
it get boring or?
Not really, because it's just kind of fun, because each enemies have different attack rates and all that kind of stuff. So it is quite varied, and some of the side missions are very funny. Like the one I'm doing at the moment, some merchant has addicted this sort of cat town to this weird meat, sort of a la Royston Daisy. So he's got them all addicted to meat. So you have to go. The first parts of the missions are you go in getting the meat so that they can eat it, and then it turns them all into monsters eventually, and then you have to fight all the monsters because they've all turned into monsters. So it's just kind of weird, lots of weird and funny, silly sort of missions to do. But yeah, I'm just keeping on leveling up my magic and leveling all that stuff up, and yeah, it's all right. It's really good, really, really good. I'm looking forward to getting more of the story done.
Good. Nice.
It's really good, and that's kind of it for me. So we'll move back to Duke.
I got one more game. This was on sale today, and again, if you think Stellaris is nerdy, this game is called 911 Operator.
Sick.
And it's exactly what it says on the tin. You are a 911 operator. I don't know if y'all use 911 or some other number code for
999.
999 over here.
9. Well, this is 911. Yeah, so it's actually really good. They did a really good job on this game. Now, the biggest complaint on the negative reviews is that it gets repetitive. And maybe it will. I haven't hit that yet, but whatever. So the basic idea is you have a map, and you have, a certain number, let's say 3 each, of police cars, ambulances, and fire engines. And so you get these alerts that show up. Someone saw someone fall down on the ice, and you have to send an ambulance out. And occasionally you'll get a call. And when the calls come in, you have to find the address so that the icon will appear on your map. And then you have to figure out what exactly is going on. So the key thing is to find out the location first. And apparently, a number of the reviews were written by people who are actually dispatchers for 911, and they say it's very realistic in that sense. So that's cool, because for some reason, it never occurred to me that was the number one thing you needed to find out, was the location. But of course it is, duh. So you can ask questions, and at one point, this is kind of a spoiler, but whatever. This woman is like, "Hey, I need to order a pizza, please." And you're like, "I'm sorry?" She's like, "Pepperoni pizza." And you go, "We are not a pizza place, ma'am. I think you have the wrong number." And she goes, "Could you please send a pepperoni pizza to me?" And then one of the options is, "Are you in danger?" And I didn't even think of it. I'm like, duh. And she goes, "Yeah." And you're like, "Oh, of course. Oh God, the person's going to hurt." Like she can't, you have to ask yes or no questions.
Clever.
Yeah, clever. So she was in trouble, but she was trying not to let the person in the room know she'd phoned the police.
Exactly. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. I was like, oh my God, dude. So
that's a double Inception noise, that.
I did it twice by accident.
Makes it more
just
epic.
For emphasis. That's all it was.
Good,
for
that
emphasis.
It wasn't running, so I had to hit it again. So anyway, it's really well done. One of the cool things about it is that you can download maps of a lot of different cities, including the city where I live, Madison, Wisconsin. What?
Wow.
Yeah. And something you should know about our town is that it's filled with people who are, shall we say, not inclined to work very hard all the time. And occasionally they'll just sit around ingesting tetrahydrocannabinol. There's some knowledge from a previous episode that I hope you
There is. Cannabis.
Yeah. Right. So not only did they get our map perfect, but they got one of the emergencies I got, this is the dialogue. I took a screenshot of it. And the voice acting on this one is very good. The voice acting is kind of hit and miss, and I'll tell you more about that in a second.
So they do talk. I just thought it'd be text.
Yeah, there is text. There's a transcript, but there's also you hear the voices, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
The nice thing about it is because each city has its own streets, when it comes to what's your address, it goes, my address is... So, okay, they can adapt it to whatever city you're in. Here's the dialogue for the one emergency. Hello? Oh, hi. I have a problem. I ordered a pizza and it's too damn spicy. And I chose, excuse me? And the guy goes, my pizza is extremely spicy. I could barely manage to eat a slice. And then I chose, this isn't a matter for the police. And then it added, please call the pizza place and complain to them. And the guy goes, I tried, yo, but they told me to fuck off. It was very rude. Can some officer come and help me? And the thing is, if you tell someone to go to hell, you'll lose points for telling the people that's not a police.
No, because you've got to continue to be polite, I guess, no matter how stupid they are.
Even if you just say, I'm not going to help you. And, I mean, a lot of cases, that's the appropriate response, is to say go to hell. The question is, how much is it going to cost you? Because it'll cost you a couple of points if you say to this guy, we're not sending anybody. But there are other...
So is there a game over screen, then, when you get something really wrong?
Right. So that's the thing. Over the course of your shift, you will get money. I don't know why you get money, but you get money if you play well. And then you'll have a reputation. And depending on how quickly, how efficiently, how well you resolve problems, your reputation goes up or down. So you have to throw out some small calls occasionally because you have more pressing things you need to worry about. And so part of the game is doing that triage where you're like, okay, this person got shot. They obviously need a police officer. The dude who, there's a car parked in his neighborhood inappropriately. That's not so urgent, right? I'm going to send the cop to deal with the person who got shot. The problem comes when you have like 10 people who got shot and you have 4 police cars. And you're just like,
I'll tell you what, this is a really violent place. There's a lot of shit going down.
Yeah, Public Enemy was right. 911 is a joke. So I said that the voice acting is hit and miss. There's one call, and I've had it twice now, where the dude goes, hey, man, I cut my leg off. Just like that. And you're like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know who this person is. And, it turns out he's actually convinced he's about to die. But even so, like, I don't think anybody would be. And he was like, I was being stupid. I was, playing around near my friends. I don't remember what the actual instrument is, but it's a thing that can cut your leg off. So I don't know why he's playing games near it. But anyway, it's just, I'm sorry, nobody who has their leg cut off is going to say anything. And when the phone first picks up, other than, oh my God!
Yeah, it was very calm, was he, about the leg cutting off incident?
He was totally calm, and it was like not great voice acting. So whatever. The nice thing is there's a good variety. Like they did a good job of covering the sounds of voices. So you never know kind of who's going to pick up. At one point there was this kid who's like, help, I'm having so much trouble. And you're like, what's going on, young man? And you can tell it's a kid. And he goes, I don't know how to do this math problem.
Yeah.
And you're like,
no, it's funny. You see, the thing is, in the UK, they do sometimes release recordings of stupid, like, 999 calls.
Oh, sure.
And that happens for real.
Oh, of course. And that, again, that's the thing, is that the people who have done this job for real say that it's kind of realistic in that sense. One of the problems of the game, I mean, here's the thing. It's not just sending people to the incident. It's also, you get this little incident report once the cops get there, and you can see, okay, they're arresting this guy, and then suddenly you hear shots fired, man down, officer down, and you have to send more cops to back them up, and then you send the ambulance because now they need an ambulance. And it's kind of hard to tell sometimes what is needed at a certain location, because when the cops are trying to arrest somebody and they get shot at, they will wait until there's backup and the ambulance shows up. But it's hard to tell, especially when there's like 4 incidents going on at once. It's kind of hard to tell at times what is needed in a certain spot. So when it first shows up on your screen, it'll be red if you need the fire department there. But then if somebody gets hurt, it doesn't always add the white to indicate that it needs an ambulance. So in that sense, the UI is a little wonky. But
right. I mean, it looks to me, it looks like a cross between Papers, Please, and Mini Metro.
Yeah, I don't get this. I mean, there is the overarching story in Papers, Please is, you know, the government's in trouble. There's this group of people trying to take it down, whatever. In this game, I haven't gotten a sense of that overarching story.
No, I mean just mechanics-wise, the fact that you're sort of trying to do the job properly and you've got to get things in the right place and you've got to do it right to continue progressing through the game.
Absolutely. And the toughest thing about it is that, you know, you will have 4 people who've been, or 10 people who've been shot, or 10, you know, serious things going on, and only 2 ambulances and maybe 3 cop cars. So at a certain point, it's not just about I'm bad at sending these officers around to deal with different things. This city needs more police. And that's nothing I can do anything about, you know?
Yeah, I see that. It looks pretty good. I must admit, it does look quite interesting. I think Chinny would like this game.
It does look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, sort of thing you kind of.
I like the fact that all the policemen look like the cop out of YMCA.
Yeah.
Well, they are all gay men in this police force.
Yeah.
It's a 100% gay male police force.
Which is fine. Which is fine.
Yeah. The 2 things that bug me, number one, when you get the incident, right? When you want to redirect a cop car at times from the incident to another incident, and instead of being able to select them in the situation report, you have to go back to the main map. And the problem with that is if you have 3 different units at a situation, it's really hard to pick the one you want because they're all kind of stacked on each other. So little things like that are kind of annoying. You can speed the game up and slow it down as you would want to for, you know, a real-time strategy game. But whereas most real-time strategy games have spacebar as the pause button because you find yourself pausing and unpausing on a regular basis, this game uses P and you can't rebind it. And it's like, I don't want to reach all the way across the keyboard for that.
Yeah, that's such a bind, isn't it, having to do that all the time?
It's so annoying. Oh man.
First world problems.
No, it's a real I need a police officer to come over here and help me rebind this software. And the other thing is that there's no key code apparently for making the game go slow, medium, or fast.
Oh,
you have to actually click it with the mouse. I'm like, what is that? What am I, a caveman?
On The Sims, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that stuff.
Right. Well, I've hit all of those, and I've hit plus and minus, which is what it is in Stellaris, and nothing doing, buddy. You got to click it.
I think on Prison Architect, it's like 1, 2, 3 or something.
Apart from that, however, like I said, really well done game.
Looks pretty good. Is this a demo?
It does look pretty good.
It just went off sale, so you can't get it half off anymore. But
so for instance, could Chinny have Wolverhampton then? Would that be available?
I'll tell you what. Let me just boot it up right now, and I'll tell you if I can find the Wolverhampton map because it found the city I'm in. And
anyway, that all being said, Chinny, you'll be pleased to know with your voice and coughing and all that stuff going on tonight that we haven't got any time for news. There's no time for news tonight.
Suck it, news.
I'm fine with that.
I thought you probably would be.
The only news.
Oh my god, it's quarter to. Oh my god.
Yeah, time's moved on, man. Time has moved on.
It was literally 10 o'clock about 10 minutes ago.
I know.
Rust is out of beta. That's the only news, and it's fun and whatever.
Time flies when you're having fun, Chinny. That's how this works.
Wow, that's crazy.
Here, Wolverhampton. Searching.
Yeah.
Downloading Wolverhampton data.
Wow, that is cool.
Is it an American Wolverhampton town or something? Or?
I don't think there is an American Wolverhampton, but I want to check and see.
There's an American London and American Birmingham. So.
Ask me like which one, which it did for Madison, because there's several Madisons. Continue.
If that's true, that is cool.
Wolverhampton. Well, I don't. It's loading the map. Come on! I don't have time for this waiting around thing.
Yeah, come on! We've got stuff to do.
Loading conversations. Oh. And the other interesting thing is the loading screens are like, here's what to do if you have an electrical shock. Here's what to do if you encounter a snake you think is venomous. Like it's got actual information about emergency situations. So how about that?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So Wolverhampton, is it like there's a circle in the center of town?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the road is a big circle. There's like a loop.
Yeah. There's a ring road. Yeah.
Yeah. A whole bunch of kind of radiate off of it.
Yeah, there's one going straight up. Does it say the name of the roads?
No, only when I get a call in.
There's like one. Let's say if it was a clock, there's one at like 12. Maybe one at 1, 2, 4.
They're a Store Bridge Road because I just got another.
Stourbridge. Stourbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's it. Look at
So,
that.
so when you're in Wolverhampton, here's a question.
Yeah.
Are there police like British police now, or is it still American police on your graphics?
Doesn't have any indication that it is different.
Yeah. It's still cool that you can download
Where are
full
you at?
game maps.
And where are you, Stu?
Preston, I can't imagine that's it. Unless it uses Google Maps as its database or something.
Why wouldn't Preston be in there?
I don't know, I just feel like it's not big enough.
Oh, there's a Preston, Lancashire.
Yeah, that's it.
114,000?
114.
Population is.
Oh yeah, it's you know, it's fairly big, I guess.
That's not a small town. What are you talking about?
What was the population? What was the population in Wolves?
I don't remember. I don't think it put it up there because that's the thing. There were a number of Prestons, so it pulled up the list of them like it did for Madison. But for Wolverhampton, it just immediately started downloading.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, we do need to do some emails.
Let's
so
crack
let's
on
do
because there's a lot of shit. to
Crack
do.
on, people.
We got a big river going through Preston.
Whoa, that ruled.
Yeah, here we go. First email tonight is off Jay. And he says, hey guys.
Hey.
Just a quick one.
Hey.
Have you guys seen a game called Guys and Glory on Steam? I don't know how it didn't make it into anyone's top 3 last year. Yeah, I went to have a quick look at this, and it's a little bit like the thing on the, you know, on the scooter thing. What the hell was that called?
Ollie, Ollie.
No, not. Did you say?
What's the name of the game?
Guys and Glory.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like a super violent, stupid game.
There's Guts and Glory.
Oh, it could be Guts and Glory. Maybe that's what it's meant to be.
Typed it wrong because the T and the Y are right next to each other.
Yeah, I must have done that. Yeah, Guts and Glory, and it's kind of like a silly, like people get chopped up and stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Kind of game.
It's like Trials.
Son riding their bicycle through obstacle courses of death and other fun family
It's like
experiences.
Trials.
Yeah. But gruesome.
Yeah.
So we may give it a whirl.
Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah. Also, I was wondering if Chinny gets depressed every time he eats chicken for dinner. Poor guy. Anyway, love the show, guys. Jay.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, I do. I don't get depressed because it's a chicken dinner. It's just because I get depressed.
In general.
Depressed when I eat anything.
Depresses
the hell out of me.
Yeah, because I've got chronic depression. I had chicken dinner today, and I didn't cry or anything when I was eating.
Did you not? Did you keep it up? Keep your pecker up.
I did, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Thank you, Jay.
Anyway, yeah, thank you. Second one's off Geza42.
What up, Gez?
What up, Gez? And he says, sorry, you can't have that game. He says, hello, chums.
Hey.
Just to let you know, I tried to gift Mr. Chin a game, but
Oh,
apparently the Xbox doesn't allow you to gift Xbox Play Anywhere titles. So, Chidi, you will just have to imagine how fun it would have been to play. The game, by the way, was Samsara. It looks decent. Samsara. And I think the three of you would like it. So check it out and let us know what you think. It's £12.49 whole pence on Xbox. And it's also available on PC. I will try again, Chinny, when I see something that catches my eye. Keep up the great work, you three. P.S. I will get Duke and Stu a game as well. But you two don't have an Xbox, so I can't gift you a game. Stay safe.
Don't need to gift anything. Thank you, though.
Yeah, it's fine, though. Thank you for the thought. It's very nice of you to offer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you would like Samsara.
Really? Why was it like? What is it? What is it?
It's like all pretentious and stuff.
It's all
No.
what?
It's all pretentious and stuff.
What do you mean pretentious?
Pretentious.
Oh, pretentious. I've already said pretentious.
Which is itself kind of a pretentious word.
No, it's not. It's a puzzle platformer, and it looks like it's split into half. So the top half, you know, in Stranger Things where you got the upside down. So you got you can control in two platforms. You like the top half and then the upside down version of it. So it looks very good actually. Yeah. Interesting.
We'll have to have a look. Right, next one is from Stephen.
Steve.
Stephen, a.k.a. Ferry D.
Ferry D. Yep, good old Steve.
Ferry D. And he says this. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Many thanks for the time you devote to producing the podcast. Many have come and gone from my subscriptions list, but my first love, you, have remained close to my heart for all of these encounters in episode 120. So he's been around since 120, bless him.
Long time.
Ginny's recent tissue-fueled streaming struck me with a question. Have you ever taken a sickie to play a game? Now, you see, Duke will struggle here to admit if he did or he didn't, because he still works where he works.
No, I haven't. I mean, that's the thing. I would admit it if I did, but I haven't.
Yeah, but you have played a game when you've been sick. So there you go. It's close. I mean, close enough.
Lie in the bed and wish for death. Although sometimes that is what I do when I'm sick. I did that on Thursday when I was sick.
Yeah. So. Ginny, what about you?
Before uni, when I had a job, I didn't call in sick to play a particular game. I just called in sick because I just didn't want to go to work and then play games.
Close enough, to be fair.
But it wasn't. I remember the game actually. What it was. It was The Darkness.
Really?
Yeah, which is a very good game. I love that.
It was a great game. I really like that game.
But I didn't. It wasn't like, oh, I just want to play The Darkness. It was just like, I don't want to go to fucking work. And then I played The Darkness.
Played The Darkness. If not, what is the one game that you might have considered doing this for, and what would you claim to be suffering from?
Red Dead and anal leakage.
Red Dead and anal leakage.
I think you got those back. Anal leakage is a big game. You say you came down with a case of Red Dead-itis.
Indeed.
Yeah. I don't have to claim anything because, to be honest, like I've been to a doctor for this insomnia thing. So at this point, I can be like, look, the insomnia. And they're like, yeah, we understand. He's got a note from a doctor. If I were going to do it, what game would it be? I don't know.
The next Elder Scrolls.
The next Elder
Scrolls. Yeah, of course it is. Because what else is it going to be?
But here's the thing. Look, that's the thing for me. It's like, in a way, the fact that I have it waiting at home is kind of like a nice feeling. I don't necessarily want to burn through it in one sitting. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool to be like,
savoring it.
I played a little bit, and then yeah, exactly. It's the gonna play, not the have played. So I'm okay with having to step away from it. Now I say that, and the Duchess is rolling her eyes in the next room because I play a lot of games, and it's like it's hard for me to step away from them. But
yeah, true enough. For me, it would probably be one of the threes. You know, if Portal 3 ever released, if Half-Life 3 ever released, or Half-Life 2 Episode 3 ever released, or I'm not so sure about Left 4 Dead 3, to be fair. I don't think I'd be quite as bothered about that. But, you know, if there was a new Portal game or a new Half-Life game, that would probably do it for me. And what would I claim as a sickness? See, I have to be careful, because if I said that I had the squitters, I'd have to then stay off work for at least 48 hours.
So? Because
obviously you're handling food, you have to stay off for longer.
So?
And you don't get paid for your first 2 days off sick. So, you know, that's probably not the best way because you're losing money all the time you do that. And the same for vomiting. So I couldn't even cite that. I don't know. I'd have to go flu, I reckon. Bit of man flu. But then that would take more than 1 day. I don't know. Migraine headache. There you go. I've got a migraine. Because you can't catch that. And, you know, you could be sick enough not to go into work.
Yeah.
But I've never done it, so it's not something I would ever do anyway. Anyway, it says, keep up the podding, Steve. So there you go.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
We have me. We have one more email tonight, and it's from Lewis.
About to start getting crazy go nuts.
And Lewis says this. He says, hello, veterans.
Hello.
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 Oh, there you go. I'm writing to tell you how brilliant this podcast is. Tell you what, you can't start an email better than that, can you?
Yeah, you can. Hey,
How?
I'm sending a check for $700,000 to each of you.
Yeah.
That would be slimy.
Yeah,
That would be
Lewis.
slimy.
Try
Yeah,
harder.
Lewis.
Get it together. No
I've
money
been-
at all on this one.
I've been listening for about a year now, and my only complaint until recently was that there just wasn't enough of it.
Yeah.
However, a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned how all of the podcasts are on Podbean. So I decided to see if this podcast has changed over the years. After
Yes.
literally 10 minutes, I've seen that it really hasn't changed that much.
Why do you always do this? Why do you always not shut up?
I listen to your podcast on the way to school on the bus because I've nothing better to do, and I must be the only 15-year-old who would rather listen to some old blokes go on about random games than listen to edgy music by Kanye West or whatever.
Why don't you talk to the people around you? Now, okay, I say that because I'm all, be here now, appreciate each moment. But I remember riding the bus when I was 15 years old, and it sucked. So the reason that you don't do that, I know why you don't talk to the people around you, because the people around you are dumbasses and idiots and jerk faces, and why would you want to talk to them? So never mind.
Also, if somebody talks to you on a bus, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't talk to me.
But on a school bus, it's different because you know them all.
Yeah.
And yet, it's because you know them that you don't want to talk to them. I understand.
Hey, Lewis.
And the one guy who does play video games on the bus, he's like,
hey, Lewis.
You play Fortnite?
Lewis.
Gee, man. Shut up and stop calling my name.
No. Listen, Lewis.
What?
No, it's not you. You're Duke. Right, I'm talking to Lewis in the fourth.
Talking to Lewis direct in his ear.
I thought you were being a person on the bus.
I'm talking to Lewis in the fourth dimension, right?
In the fourth dimension.
Through time, right? So this hasn't happened yet, but Lewis, just look at the
Back
person.
in time.
Look at the person in front of you. You can see their head, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking hit them in the head.
No, flick their ear.
No,
flick their ear.
just fucking hit
It's
them.
hard to get to their ear, man, over a bus seat. No, you can't be messing.
Nah, it isn't.
Just fucking hit them on the top of their head.
Yeah. Or even just flick the back of the neck, the burr bit at the back
And
of
then-
the neck.
Definitely not gonna be able to their neck. What kind of buses did you ride?
And then sit back down and just go, oh, I don't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, pretend it wasn't you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have to pretend it was someone like 2 rows back. Don't hit them. Hit them with something like ball up some paper and like throw it at their head, and then be like, "Dude, the guy in 2 rows back."
Yeah,
he
just
was-
point at the person.
Yeah, and he was like,
And
"Can I go
then,
get it for you?"
and then, go around the seat, put your mouth through his ear, and go, I fucking own you.
You don't want to be a little wuss, do you? What's his
Now,
name?
can I just say, right? We don't condone violence on this show.
And Stu does not speak for us. I'm a
I
big.
do. And can I just say, don't do what Chini just said to do.
It-
That's
I
probably
agree.
not a good idea.
Don't do what Chinny recommended just now. Do it to the bus driver. That's how you
Yeah.
show that you really
Yeah.
dude. Throw a book at him.
Hit him on the side of the face when he's turning a corner.
Say this
It'll all
to
be
the bus
fine.
driver.
Don't make me break my foot off in your ass!
You're not the only 15-year-old that listens to us, though.
But
No, I mean, let's be honest. Antonio started listening to us when he was 12.
Well, no, he was younger than that. He was a sperm.
He was a sperm.
But look where he
And now he's 19.
And now he's 38.
Now
Yeah.
he's got like 7 million followers on YouTube. Is that really where you want to end up? Oh wait, that's
Now
pretty
he's
good place to
now
be.
he's got dementia and uses a catheter bag.
Antonio's a cool dude. You could do a lot worse than to end up like Antonio.
Antonio,
You get-
and there's another chap as well, and he listens to us, and he's like 10 or whatever.
Yeah, we haven't heard from that's the one in the Air Cadets, isn't it? What is he
Yeah.
called?
Procrastinator Fabulous, Finley.
There you go. He doesn't seem to have been around for a bit.
Sometimes
Maybe
he
we've
isn't
upset him.
around. Sometimes
Maybe
he's
he's
not
upset
around.
him. I don't know.
Talk
Then-
to us.
Anyway, there is more to this email. There is more.
All right.
He says, I agree with Chinny on most games.
Damn fucking straight.
He must have bad taste like you.
Just the way you feel, diva, like the floor sitting.
And Stu seems like the sort of bloke you'd want to know.
No.
Sort of. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's kind of like I like the. Oh my god, dude! Just fuck me. I like.
That's all one sound clip. You can't get mad at me.
I like the how far away Stu is from me. Love him, Love him, right? But
What's that even meant to
if
be?
he lived round the corner from me, he'd be round all the time.
I would not be around all the time.
Oh, he would. He'd be like, Chinny, I can see you.
How often do you go to Feng Shui's place?
I wouldn't. Why would I want to come round to your
How often do you go to Feng Shui's house?
Probably about once a month.
So yeah, that'd be too much for me.
That's not all the time.
I haven't.
Not all the time though.
I haven't seen my parents for like 2 months. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
spacing
well, that's
it out.
because you're a bad son.
It is true.
That's because you're a bad person.
Yeah.
And then there's also Duke, who I really don't agree with on Skyrim, as I find it a bit dull.
Correct.
Oh man, what the hell is wrong with you, dude?
This Lewis,
You're a boring person, and I don't like you.
this Lewis is going places.
I know, yeah. But then again, there's no cars in it, and as a full-on petrol head, most games without cars are dull.
So you don't like Fallout either?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
Red
not.
Dead. Oh, there's a car in Red Dead. No, there's a car.
Oh, you don't like to drive, though, do you?
There is a car in
What are
Red
you
Dead.
learning in school if not Skyrim?
Yeah. However, I do think that Duke is a good guy,
Nope, wrong.
Wrong
and I
again.
do value his opinion on some games.
Some.
But by the way, this is literally the only podcast I listen to, as the rest are shite.
True.
But there you go.
Oh, Duke, I kind of liked it.
No, there's a bit in white text that you missed out, and it says especially the overseas connection. Weird.
Yeah, he
that
did.
he
Say,
wrote.
oh, you're doing the beef thing again. Anyway, it says keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. That's good. We like that. New email come in. We like new people. So
Thanks,
thank you
Lewis.
very much. Yeah, thanks, Lewis.
Punch
That's-
that kid. Punch that kid in the head.
Punch the bus
Yeah,
driver.
Don't forget.
Just put a brick. Put a brick
Bus
on the
drivers
accelerator.
love it. I'll tell you this: bus drivers will act like they're upset, but they actually love it when kids get involved in the driving of the bus. So just go up and grab the steering wheel.
Yeah.
They'll think it's a fun prank.
Yeah.
What we used to, I don't know whether you ever did this at school, Chinny, but what we used to do
Cry.
at school. Yeah, if we were a bit bored in class,
Shit
we used
yourself.
to. No, we used to chew up bits of paper in our mouths till it was all wet and soggy, and then flick it on the ceiling with a ruler.
It's called a spitball.
No, it's the paper. You used to, and then you eventually end up with all these bits
No,
of
it's
paper.
the
stuck to
paper.
the
I know what it is. It's just that's what a spitball is.
Is that what that is? I've never
Yes.
heard it called that before.
God's sake. The most basic concept every school child's ever heard of. Nope, I made up a new thing.
I invented it.
Spitball. Oh, there
So
you
you-
go. Anyway, thank you, Lewis.
You're welcome.
And it's time for some speak pipes.
Oh yeah, it is.
Pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
Now it says here that it was sent by my mom, but I'm quite sure my mom didn't send a speak pipe. So that must be a fake name someone's using. And my guess is it's Chinny's brother, because he's been sending a bunch of speak pipes recently. So let's just find out, shall we? This
Okay.
is 90 seconds long.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's me again, Mike's brother, aka Ginger Balls.
Nailed it.
I thought you called me Golden Balls, so that's how I referred to myself as that last week. So I do apologise. I don't
That's okay.
mind Ginger Balls. I have them, and I embrace the fact that I am ginger. So, yes, go for
Oh,
it.
hey, Ginger Balls.
I'm gonna have a little rant,
Oh.
and it's at my brother,
Oh shit.
Mike.
What have I done?
It sounds like he's out of breath or something. Mike, okay.
I asked about Sea of Thieves last week and get some idea of how the game works, or if it's worth playing, or if there's any interest. And Mike's like, "Yeah, I'd play this. I think I think it looks all right. I mean, the trailer all that good, but yeah, I'd play."
I must say, when I first heard your brother, I thought he'd sound more like you, but that impression was freaking spot on. Well done.
But I don't know who to play it with because Marsh's into things like this, and that bongo fella, he don't like it neither.
He does,
I
actually.
don't know who to play it with. Mike, last week you give me a fucking Xbox,
It is.
and I said that I would spend more time with you. It doesn't matter if that's online, virtually or in person, whatever, on the phone. You could spend it with me.
Well, we just established he doesn't want people coming around more than once a month, so.
Yeah, it's not happening, man. It's not. Look, what sort of brother are you, wanker? You're such a wanker, Chinny.
Yeah.
Well, that is a good question. I mean, no one to play it with. If only there was someone you knew pretty well who had an
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Just horrible person.
I didn't rule it out. I think
you didn't even mention it. What do you mean?
No, I
rule it
meant
out?
that as like if I had someone to play with, i.e., if Pete bought it, then I would play it. Then I would buy it and play it if he was interested in it. Yeah, sure.
So you're not against playing with him?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course
Continuing with the speak pipe.
So, I can't believe that you fucking forgot me, you.
No, I didn't.
It's going to be next week. The next game is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Any information on that? See you later.
Yeah, can I just say before we start talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance, on the Twitters, Steve Morlian, I don't know, said, "Hey guys, what's up? I was wondering if you guys seen the upcoming game Kingdom Come Deliverance. No dueling banjos, but it looks like fun. What do you think?" So we've got him and Pete asking about this game.
Yeah. It's kind of like a realistic medieval game.
Game with a 23 gigabyte patch. What the what?
I'm interested in it because it doesn't have any fantasy stuff in it. So, the game's coming out like early part of this year. Yeah,
sometime. But the other cool thing about this, they've already announced a Game of Thrones mod for it.
Sure.
So it's going to have a Game of Thrones mod, which has all the stuff out of Game of Thrones in it, and characters and all that.
I don't care about that because I don't watch it. But no, the game looks all right. I mean, yeah, I like the look of it. I think Deep
Silver has such a conflicted track record.
Yeah, I've heard.
Is that a publisher? Is it?
Games. Yeah. Well, no, it's the developer, isn't it?
No, the developer's a first-time developer.
Oh, the developer's. Sorry. Yeah.
So they haven't made a game before, but yeah, I mean, Deep Silver back projects that I think help that need a chance. I think that's the kind of impression I
mean, I'll be honest. I've read a few previews for this. Sorry, go on. Sorry, Duke.
Homefront: The Revolution. They needed a chance.
Yeah.
Game was garbage, wasn't it? Sacred 3. I heard nothing but horrible things about that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was just gonna say, I've read a few previews for this sort of in the last month or so, and it sounds a bit hit and miss. The story, I'm not too sure of. Cutscenes are really janky, apparently. Voice acting is really patchy. But what the people do like about it is very Dark Souls-esque.
Okay.
So it's super difficult. If you put a helmet on, it restricts your view. So they've gone for super
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, to try and make it as realistic as possible.
Yeah.
You know what it would be like to fight in armor.
Come on.
So I
think people appreciate that though.
Oh yeah.
Some people do, but not me.
No, it won't be for me. I don't think.
16 item slots. Holy crap.
Yeah, they've gone for more simulation RPG than fun RPG.
Skyrim-ish, but apparently not. So I'm done.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not sure yet with that one.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I say, for me, I'm all about narrative, and I'm not sure what's going to be going on in the story. Really, so.
Well,
you never know.
The Witcher 1 was a bit rough.
Oh yeah, and I never really played that to the end.
No,
it was a bit
but
too
like,
rough.
No, but then look at The Witcher 3. So
which is amazing.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, they'll have a really good game on their hands.
Well, you just it could be the start of something.
Just kidding. Assassin's Creed 1 was kind of meh, but 2 obviously.
Demon's Souls, no one played that.
Yeah, only nerds and weirdos.
Yeah, but that was still highly acclaimed.
It's scumbag,
Fuck off, Stu.
smelly people.
It was. People love Demon's Souls.
No one likes it.
You love Demon's Souls, and the reason you love it is because you get whenever someone starts talking about Dark Souls, you get to go, "You ever play Demon's Souls?" Because I played Demon's Souls, and that was.
I played Dark Souls before it was cool.
Yeah, hipster. Are we ready for the next speak pipe?
Yes, go.
Okay, this is from someone totally different.
Up, veteran gamers. It's Ginny. Ginger Balls. I made a bit of a mistake yesterday. I sent in a rant before listening to the end of the show, and I listened to the end of the show this morning, the last 10 minutes, and my brother dedicated a little shout out to me. So I take back my rant, but he still should consider me really for playing games with him. And yeah, he did give it me for free, but I do a lot for him.
I fucking did actually.
Now, is it true that he does a lot for you?
Well, yeah. When I first moved, he did a lot, and he recently did my lights on the side of my house. But Tara fell over on her face and injured her face, and that's what made him do it.
Yikes.
No, that's not true.
That's really helping you out.
Are you making stuff up?
Yeah, no, but I kept on going around to my brother and going, Tara's had an accident. She fell on her face because of the dark alleyway that she just... It's awful. When are you going to do him, Pete? And he'd be like, is he really? Like, no. But no, he does do stuff, and I appreciate it, because my brother's like a real man, you know, he can do like man jobs and stuff. Whereas I just look at a shelf and it'll just fall over, so... you know, so I appreciate that. But I gave him a fucking Xbox.
You did, it's true. Although, I must admit, I can't imagine you being very handy, Chinny, if I'm being honest.
Well, no.
No. I mean, you just don't look built to be handy.
I used a saw today.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How many fingers did you cut off?
Yeah.
Just the 4 of them.
Oh, not too bad.
What were you... Dare I ask what you were sawing?
It's really boring, but it's like the... we got like a footrest, like for your shoes in the porch where you put all your shoes.
Yeah, I've seen this.
You've seen it, but it's at an angle. It's at like it's on the wrong wall, and for it to be under the wall, I need to saw a bit off. So I sawed it off, and it's done.
Wow, well done you. See, you can do stuff.
Yeah.
All right, finish.
Took me 7 hours.
Now that we're done with carpentry news,
sent to his DIY. And he'll probably admit that as well, because he is shit.
We were just talking about that. Although he did saw a thing off for a shoe rest, which I don't know what the fuck that even means. You know where I put my shoes? On the floor.
I don't need much training, Duke, on PUBG, because I played it again last night for a considerable amount of time, and now I am fucking sick. I beat someone with a frying pan yesterday, and they had like kind of a sniper rifle type thing. I don't know, but he was obviously shit because I've killed him with 2 swipes of a fucking frying pan. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I've got anything else to say. So I'll see you later. Sorry, Mike.
Now, to be fair to him, not having anything else to say has never stopped anybody who's ever sent us a speak pipe.
Yeah,
but we appreciate your willingness to be concise.
It is. Just out of interest, in the news, although we didn't do news this week,
but now
there have been 13 million kills using a frying pan in PUBG. Just saying.
Okay,
it's an effective weapon.
Derek Sainz. Hey, oh, hip hop hooray! That's Naughty by Nature. I win the quiz. Sweet.
Hey ho, veteran gamers! It's Derek Sainz again, and I'm sending this speak pipe because I think we're having some problems with my email provider at the moment. So I just wanted to speak a little bit about digital downloads.
Got hacked.
I've downloaded at least 3 games this week, and I realise I haven't bought any physical games, disc games, for quite a while, and I was wondering how long it's been since the veteran gamers bought some physical disc games. I know Stu sometimes buys some for trading in purposes, but I suspect even he's going more digital these days. And I wonder if you thought maybe the next generation of consoles, if they ever do happen, maybe they'll be just purely download only and not have a disk drive, or will there be 2 versions, maybe a cheaper version without a disk drive? And that's pretty much it, I think. So next week I'm in hospital, so I'll probably give next week a miss. But all things being well, I'll be with you the week after. So until then, keep on gaming.
Kind of an excuse is hospital.
Why is he going to the hospital? You don't know?
No.
We don't know. But what's the matter with him? Does he not go to a hospital with Wi-Fi?
Exactly.
What's his problem?
Shit.
Jesus Christ, man. He could be typing an email while he's sat in bed recovering from whatever he's gone in for.
You know, I remember back in the day hearing the idea of digital only and being like, no, I don't like it. I want to be able to trade my games in. And I still think that would be nice. I think Steam ought to offer something like that, even if it's just $1 off of a new game to get rid of an old game. But whatever. It's been years. Like, I can't remember the last disc game I bought. I think BioShock Infinite for the Xbox 360.
But you're PC only now, so that's why.
Yeah, but it's been a while for me.
Yeah, I'm probably the only person here who still
because
buys
you're tight.
Physical games.
Because you're tight.
Why? Why?
Because you want to trade it in.
Well, what difference does it make?
Because you can't trade in digital games, can you?
Exactly, but why wouldn't I? If I can get money off my next game, why wouldn't I do it?
Because you're tight.
It's not about being tight, it's about being economical.
What about rewarding those developers for what they've done?
Bollocks to the developers.
That's the name of the show, episode 422, Bollocks to the developers.
But yeah, I mean, the last physical game I bought was Lego City Undercover just after Christmas, and I've got A Way Out pre-ordered on disc, so that's coming as well at some point. But no, I don't know. I'd rather, for the PS4, I always buy on disc, really, because not only can I trade it in, but on the whole, they're usually cheaper than they are on the store, on the PS4 store. So why would I pay more money for something when I can get it cheaper on disc? You know, apart from the fact I can trade it in and get some cash back.
Well, I go halves with my brother from another mother on the Xbox.
Well, that's fine, but I can't do that on the PS4.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Well, I know, but it's a hassle and I can't be bothered.
Because you're fucking tight.
It's not about being tight. It's about why pay something you don't have to.
Admit it, Stu.
I'm not admitting anything.
But yeah, I mean, what the last game I bought physically was.
I've no idea.
The last game that I've got, it was a Christmas present, but the last game that I bought will shock you to your bones.
Will it?
Yes.
Is it Wolfenstein 2, or did someone else buy that?
No, it's digital.
Oh, is that digital? What? Oh, I didn't realise that. Well, come on, what is it?
Destiny.
Well, the original Destiny. Yeah, that is a long time ago. But, I mean, like we've discussed before, it's a weird thing, isn't it, having a digital games collection, because you can't pass it on to anyone, and they're worth quite a lot of money, aren't they? And you can't will it to someone, you know, you don't really own it ever, because you just own the license to play it. So that, you know, people can withdraw that license at any time, and then you can't play it again, potentially. It's a funny thing, digital rights and rights management and how all that stuff works. And I do think, obviously, you know, with the stuff that Xbox are doing, where they're releasing stuff digitally and sort of retail on the same day now, and sort of putting it into the freebie subscription model as well. And the stores are getting pissed off with it. But I think they've got to, I think the sort of console makers are now looking at how many consoles are actually really being sold in the brick and mortar stores anymore, how many people buying from Amazon or online, you know, and as that percentage of people buying consoles in stores goes down, there's not as much emphasis on having physical games, because they used to supply them because they knew the stores made a lot of money off the second-hand sales, but they also sold the consoles for them. So I don't know. It's a funny thing, and I do think eventually they will try and push for digital only, because that's where they're going to make the most money. Don't know. That's what I think. What about you, Duke?
Yeah, no, I think so too. And I mean, there's a war going on between developers who obviously can make more money, doing digital only. But then the brick and mortar stores have, you know, they're obviously, look, the console itself's not going anywhere, right? You can't do that digitally unless you get a 3D printer to make all the parts, but that's not going to happen for a while. So, you know, they need to have brick and mortar stores for that. And so the question is, can they keep stringing people along through some value in the discs? But I don't know.
You see, I mean, I'll give you a good example. The Witcher 3, when that released, you got all sorts of cool stuff with it. So you got the disc, you got the soundtrack, you got like a map of the overworld. You know, and there was loads of nice stuff that came, some like little postcards with artwork on them. But most games don't give you any of that stuff. So there's not as much incentive to buy a physical game, is there, really, as there used to be? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to keep people buying something that's antiquated, I suppose.
Yeah. But for me, like I say, I do it because it's usually more economical in price, and I can get some cash back for my next purchase on it. Yep. So I make my money go a little bit further.
I do it because I care about the environment.
Shit.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't give a shit.
Time for a shout out.
Yeah, shout outs, people.
Yeah.
Well, mine's an easy one. I'm going to shout out all those arses at the Overseas Connection for the beef, man, because we've got to keep that going. And yeah, bring on the sumo. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Job done. And obviously Darren in the supermarket. So shout out to you, Daz.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again. Over to you, Duke.
Yeah, I'll shout out Antonio because I made fun of him earlier, but now I want to say what's up. I will shout out Harley Dan because he's fun on Twitter. And I'll shout out Derek Sainz because he sends speaks pipes and emails with such a regularity. And there's some people who have come and gone in terms of communicating with us those ways. But Derek has been pretty consistent. So thanks to him. And thanks to Chinny's brother because it's been fun to hear from him recently. So what?
I'll shout out Ferry D for playing PUBG with me. That was cool. I enjoyed myself.
Do you know that sounds like the least enthusiastic shout out I've ever heard.
I'm also going to shout out Nick, the guy who sent the mugs. I still haven't sent them to Duke or Stu.
No, you haven't.
Not because I don't want to. It's because I'm really shit at doing things.
You're very lazy.
I would say distracted.
I bet they're already
distracted.
in a box. I bet all you've got to do is slap on a new address and stuff.
I'm very easily distracted. Is my excuse. And I just, if I don't
I was telling Kay only the other day, I said, oh, we've got these really cool mugs, but I haven't got mine yet because Chinny's got it.
Yeah. So, you'll get it eventually. So, yeah, shout out to Nick because he messaged me saying, need a fourth. And people keep messaging me and saying, oh, you know, if you need a fourth, and Greg did as well. But, yeah, I just, you know, I'm a popular guy. What can I say? Everybody wants a bit of me. No, it's just sometimes it's like you're mid-match or... You know, I haven't been having like long sessions on PUBG, so it's usually like 1 or 2 matches and then I'm gone. So, but keep trying, you know, or keep messaging me because sometimes it might be just, or if I see you online, I'll invite you. But it's not. What I'm saying is, don't get offended because I'm really shit at getting back to people, as my brother will agree with.
Yes, oh yeah. Can I just say, by the way, I didn't do this, but I should do this. It's the Boss Waves 200th show this week.
Oh yeah.
Boss Woo. And I've been invited on, so I'm going on there and saying hello. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
So,
you've been invited. Wow.
I've been invited.
What an honour. Wow.
I know. I feel
if only
very
they
honoured.
invited me as well.
Have they invited you as well? I bet they've invited everyone, haven't they?
Yeah.
I don't feel special. I don't feel special
They
anymore.
invited me.
Well, obviously, they didn't invite everybody, did they? That's okay. Don't worry about me.
They said... We asked you because he knew he would come, but really they want me there, just me. So
yeah, that's what it is. Oh, by the way, Dude, they wouldn't invite you because they record at 8 o'clock and you're at school.
Oh, well, fuck them.
Yeah, so it's a wrong time of day for you.
Sorry, who the hell is awake at 8 o'clock?
No, 8 at night. 8 at night.
What do you mean I'm at school?
Well, it's 7 hours back on a Wednesday night.
Well, they don't have anybody in the U.S.?
Yeah, they have Seth on, but he's presumably available for whatever reason.
Oh, that's right, because he's doing a job that allows him to do that. Okay, never mind. I'm not mad anymore.
Are you happy now? Is that the rant over?
I wasn't really ranting. You'll know.
You were a little bit. You were a little bit.
Oh, I was making a joke. There's an important difference.
There is. Anyway, a ranty joke.
Anyway,
right.
Are we done here?
I think we're done.
Go to the VG Hub, people. It's VGHub.net.
The end of the show.
That's the website.
You fucking pricks.
Go there.
The podcast off.
Go to VGHub.net.
You don't need to do that because it'll turn off when it ends.
VGHub.net's a good group of websites.
Why don't you listen to another?
Hey, Duke, I think you should stop playing this bit.
No, this is awesome. Or did you just mean at that moment?
All the kids in Springfield are SOBs.
Did you mean like not stop playing it like ever?
Yeah.
You know what he's like. He says stuff like that all the time. Well, you've upset Jude now.
I think it's good. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
really?
I'm with you, Jude. Just ignore him. He's just being grumpy.
Mate,
'cause he's
it's
ill.
my
You have a
voice.
reason why you don't want to play, or you just think it's getting
Because
old?
it's my voice, so it irritates me.
Ah, well, suck.
Talking of irritating you, do you think he's? Do you feel a bit weird knowing that your brother listens to you every week now? Because I feel that was a bit weird for me, but not that it's weird, but just it feels a bit weird.
No.
No, not bother you at all.
But it would change the dynamic of how I communicate, I think, to know that my brother's listening in.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Like, I don't talk to my brother a whole lot, so.
Yeah, it does. It just feel. I just think it would be a bit like it's weird that my brother listens to
Why?
me on the.
Why?
I don't know. It's just a bit. I don't know. I'm not saying he's weird. I'm not saying
I'm
that
exactly the
he's weird.
same. Like, I don't act any different.
No,
I
get
the
that.
only thing is, like, I think of our listeners as this faceless mob. There's
Yeah.
a kid bus. There's a bunch of people driving, and that's it. But when I think of my brother, I think of him like taking care of his son and like going to work and like doing responsible things. And that would just change the way I think about the audience, I think.
See, that's your problem, Duke.
Yeah, you think too much.
Thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta stop
like,
that
everybody-
shit.
You could have had it all, but you had to ruin it.
Can I just say, by the way, I thought Lewis was a new emailer, but he isn't. He has emailed before, but he was called Jason Steed on his last email. So he's used different names. So yeah, so he has emailed before. So thank you, Lewis Stroke Jason. There you go.
Yeah, go ahead, stroke Jason.
Lewis Stroke Jason. Yeah. I mean, that's it. Bye, everyone. We're finished. We're done.
Fuck off.
Oh man, I cut it off right before you said
Damn
it.
That would have been perfect.
Hey,
Oh, well, not to worry.
Hey, Stuart, we're gonna do like a meet-up or something this year.
I don't know. We should do, shouldn't we? To do something.
Why
By
don't
the
we
way,
just
you know,
meet up at that fucking place?
well, the midlife gamers are doing it apparently at the arcade club.
So
This is number 23, right?
Yeah, we should definitely do something. I don't know when, but we should try and sort something out.
we only know Darren and Matt, so
Yeah,
it
well,
wouldn't make
Darren.
sense to do it the same day.
No, God, no. No, that would be a bit weird. Well, yeah, we should do something. I don't know. When do you want to do it?
April.
It's a bit busy year this year, though, isn't it?
April.
April, that's not that far away, though, is it?
April.
Let me have a look. No, mate, let me check my diary.
April.
I don't know where my diary is.
Do you have actual physical diary?
No.
Oh.
I just use my phone. But I have it on PC as well.
It's either the 7th, or the 14th, or the 21st, or the 28th.
Yeah, but you see, it's not as easy for me because I've not got my rotors for that, and then obviously it changes all the time.
Well, just pick a day and then don't work on that day.
It's not that easy. Let me have a look. Google Calendar. Yeah.
All right, you guys, good luck with
Bye,
this.
Duke.
Papers.
Bye, Duke.
Everything.